point in time, is it really about Karmelo Anthony case? Because the facts as is, which includes but is not limited to all the witnesses, the brother is doomed. Doomed. But of course, there's different characters that go around the world, like a terrorist Jackson, Jack Lang, and so many extremists outside of the court. To me, it feels like Antifa has taken its toll in this case. When I say Antifa, I mean radical white people, radical black people, radical gay people, whatever the cause may be, is going to bring out the most radical, most dysfunction within surrounding territories. Unless, of course, there's terrorists and call themselves the baddest blogger. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to get into. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?
I can hear it now. Oh, did not make me an intro. Is that where we went wrong? Is you cool? So today is Saturday, Karmelo Anthony case. All right, David Roach, whoever he is, they say he looked like JD Vance and sit up there and try to act like he's a stickler, a proud boy, doing what he has to do in front of his all-white jury, okay? A lot of white people say, hey, the jury is not all white. Y'all know black people are hated in this country. The Asians want to be like y'all, want to talk like y'all, want to sell to black folks just as much as y'all. They white too, okay? So when we say all black jury, we talking about somebody that does not come from our backgrounds, that is from a direct experience or second degree experience, right? We would take Beyonce on the jury too, okay? A Blue Ivy who don't know the lifestyle but actually know black people. But oof, your boy Karmelo Anthony has a tough time ahead of himself. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. So let me get to some of these clips where people are claiming to be investigative journalists, not even at the case. And, you know, I'm not at the case, but I do my job to be very diligent about what I'm reporting on and what I'm saying before I actually report on it, okay? This is not like a show where I'm covering trending topics and I'm just ditzy, and you know, I really have to take my time and isolate true crime cases. And Karmelo Anthony, obviously his case has caught national attention. There's been a lot of lies, a lot of disparities. There's been a lot of misinformation fueled in this case. So I want to start off with this clip that was posted 7 hours ago. If Karmelo Anthony was white, they wouldn't have arrested him.
It's crazy to me how everyone in Texas is all about stand your ground and self-defense until that person doesn't look like me. This case is racially charged, and stick with me here. If the roles were reversed, if Karmelo Anthony was 220 pounds with his twin brother, picking on a white kid, putting hands on a white kid, and he got unalived, y'all would say that he got exactly what was coming to him, and if he would have kept his hands to himself, he would still be here today. You can't tell me that race isn't a thing because it's in my TikTok comments, and I've seen hundreds of comments on Facebook. So if you flip this scenario and Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor in this situation and your opinion changed, you are racially biased. And to the white people in my comments calling me a white savior, God forbid I have empathy. If you're RICS, just say that and move on. In my last video, I said I didn't know why Karmelo Anthony was sitting under that tent. Turns out it started raining, and Karmelo got permission from the coach. That's not even his school. He got permission from a coach to sit under that tent. Granted, it's free seating, but he got specific permission. And don't get me wrong, it's absolutely tragic that Austin lost his life. His parents lost their son. No parent should have to ever lose their kid. But it makes me think, what would have happened if Austin and Hunter would have left Karmelo alone and not talked to him, not approached him, not instigated a situation and then escalated it by putting hands on him? Because y'all want to say, oh, it's not self-defense. Austin and his brother are 220-pound football players, and Karmelo was 130 pounds. If you can't visualize that, I'm 180. I got 50 pounds on the kid. Not only were they both in his face, but one of them put hands on him. He was scared. I feel like Austin and Hunter were looking for trouble, because if they were really so aggravated by this kid sitting there for whatever reason, they would have gotten an adult to remove him. They wouldn't have approached him, talked shit, and put hands on him. I'll probably get crucified for this, but I don't care. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Absolutely. I sounded the same way 3 days ago, not 7 hours ago, because these cases are tried by the court, not the court of public opinion. And in the court of public opinion, everybody thought the same thing. If that was a clear, straightforward cut case, hey, he was defending himself. Hey, he got beat up. Yeah. But you know, when you're covering the law, especially when Antifa, that is black people and white people that are just radicals and are extremists about whatever they believe in. It doesn't matter if you're talking about ICE, racism, abortion laws. It's just always this radicalized energy coming behind anything that anyone can attach to and call it a social issue. Because really and truthfully, people go out and protest because of their own anecdotal experience and how they personally feel and how it affected them. There's 7 different personalities, 2 genders, nothing new under under the sun, right? There's nothing new. Every day we're gonna see some woman get unalive in a domestic dispute. Every day we're gonna see these situations happen. What's unique about this particular situation is that an individual did it on school premises with a knife, and there's so many witnesses. He claimed self-defense, and his mother spoke out and on his behalf, and it gained a lot of empathy from the black community. I mean, if his mother did not speak out, I don't think, if his mother didn't speak out, if the MetCalfs didn't speak out, and this was just a situation where a boy stabbed somebody, it would not have national attention, but obviously it has it. So some of the weirdest characters are going to come out. Like, I was very much like the girl in the video who I'm pretty sure made that video like a year ago before the trial started, but it was republished and posted for particular purposes that you know might or might not actually be conducive to the trial, because this is the court of law, not the court of public opinion. Now, one thing that's continuously going viral, as you guys know, I was one of the first people on this platform to actually see this guy go live, well, not go live, but have a video uploaded of this gentleman who was unnamed at the time speak about what he's seen on the Karmelo Anthony video. He actually his narrative was in competition with mainstream media. And off the bat, because he looked like me and because I wanted this to so seem like a theory of bullying, and Karmelo was bullying, and I just really wanted excuses to make his self-defense theory look a bit more posable than it is right now. And every single day this trial has been going on, the less and less credible Karmelo self-defense theory seems. But because people are slow, the internet is slow, something happened today, people like me who are quick are gonna give my opinion about it, gonna play it, and then 3 days later, everybody else is picking it up. So let's revisit this clip about this particular gentleman and what he said he saw on the video, which is completely different from not only mainstream media, but individual YouTubers that I have seen report on this case has not reported anything that this man is saying right now.
Seen the video on 2 hours. Was it clear enough, or was it fuzzy, or what?
No, it was clear. It was okay. It's clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the camera.
Okay.
That's how clear it is. You actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain, or?
Yeah, it was still raining. You know,
right.
I'm familiar with them. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with for the day.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already.
And there's been approximately about 5 or 6 students who actually was there and witnessed it in that particular location at that particular time, testified that it was a light rain. So though it was a tornado watch raining, and probably in the hood it was drowning, but they was at the school. You know, in states like Texas, Florida, it'll be raining hard as fuck right here, and then you step a couple of feet off, it's not even raining. It's weird like that in these states. If you know, you know. But, you know, so the weather and him testifying about the weather, he wouldn't be able to testify about the weather unless he was in that particular specific location. And every resident in Texas knows that. And then on top of that, he said that he's seen a crystal clear video, and no one else reported that this video was crystal clear at all. And, you know, Sarah Fields actually tweeted out and said that he had access to information that he wasn't supposed to have access to. Maybe it's that video, and maybe it's crystal clear. But according to what's happening inside the court, the video is not crystal clear. It looks blurred. Mind you, when they published the video of what was happening underneath that tent, they published it on like a spreadsheet of a whole 24 cameras. Like, they don't have the footage of that isolated camera angle, and I highly doubt that to be true. Like, I think it's very problematic with the evidence presented in this case. So with him specifically being outside of the court saying what he saw on the video, you would have to release that video that you saw, that you have, as well as this mugshot, because according to the court of law, they're only showing a video that comes from a spreadsheet of about other 24 other camera angles, and they're having to zoom in and zoom up in this whole, it's 4K, we need a 4K TV, to act like it was a quality issue or to bolster the record and say that this is the video and we did every link to make sure you can see it and nobody still can see it, to conceal the fact that they have not actually given up the actual video. You've given up a video of goddamn so many different screens. This man is saying that he seen the actual video from that particular camera, not the master camera with 24 lenses, which is what the court has, and having to zoom into that, the actual camera. And so this man is either legit or a fucking flat out lie. And at some point in time, you know, we have to determine who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth, despite their background, because this guy has a very shaky background. So I want to encourage everybody listening, if you're in the state of Texas and you know this man, and this man actually has this video, why didn't he turn this information over to the defense team if he so-called cared for Karmelo Anthony? That would have been the most logical, smart thing that you can do, because the defense would now have a video and it would show whatever you're saying if it's true.
And so during that time when that happened, the twins, their two buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school,
Right.
coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those four that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and
Okay.
kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded Carmelo. You know, if you're Carmelo,
And they showed it on that video.
it's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walk
I'm gonna
up.
say little
And
stuff.
I'll
but
put
while
it
you
this
talking,
way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here they're 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those 4.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
So
it
they
was,
actually did jump him.
yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more
Carmelo,
than it's more than the twins that got some licks
all
on them.
4.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle,
Okay.
and you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking, and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we
Right.
know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Carmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell. And that's when they realized he was gone, because they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him. And that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all 3 of them were chasing. But Carmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Carmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Carmelo's out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting when he did it. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and not, he never did that because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him because it was unwanted. By your own definition and your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the, not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
You seen the video,
So
John?
my whole thing is he's like, if this man is lying, he's the best liar I've ever met in my fucking life. Like scary, like mental asylum check-in right now type of fucking liar. Like this guy goes into details about hair being pulled out, about how many people was there, about the weather, and these kids who the defense in their opening statement said was Anthony McCalf's friends, Austin McCalf's friends. And of course they're going to testify and say things and demonize, Karmelo. And they're saying that the family is all in emotion, the jury's all in emotion, and Karmelo Anthony's family and him is just, he's fidgeting and they're just acting away. But like, my whole thing is, it's just like, the defense hasn't gone up yet. Like, I want to make it very clear. The defense has not gone up yet. I'm gonna flip-flop according to every fact that I get. Now, it is a fact that this man says that he has this footage and he has this video, and there's other cell phone footage and etc. that exists. My thing is, did you give it to the defense? Did you give it to Karmelo Anthony's family? Because people like Sarah Phil are there to convince me that you're somehow discredited based upon what you saw because your character is disgusting. You literally got charged with, in 2017, taking a little boy, a 13-year-old boy, back to a motel. Dwayne Morris Turner, however you say it, Shay, they put this information out. And this could be the tactic that people are speaking about with Sarah Fields, because regardless of his goddamn history, even though I don't agree with it, I think he's disgusting. I don't want to hear from him. I don't even want him around school or speaking on kids' issues. But that does not change the fact that he claims that he saw a video and has exculpatory evidence for the defense. And my whole thing is, if you're outside the court, doing this, do y'all have his page so that I can take a look at this information? And that's how PSYOP works, because I was like, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to what's happening in the court, because who are you? You are a registered ex-offender. Your character is shaky, but ain't nothing bigger than the content. Yeah. Do y'all know his page? Okay, let me see. Dwayne Moore. Somebody put it in the chat if you know his page, if you know his email, please let me know. And I hate these bloggers that literally steal people content or put their camera in their face, put their logo on it, and don't give credit to the actual person. Bitch, you filmed this shit. That doesn't mean it's you. Like, where is this guy's page? Has anybody in the chat find it? We got a lot to cover, a little bit of time to do it. By the time you guys get to, no, I don't do Twitter or IG. I want to see what he's saying, because this is exculpatory evidence that the world will definitely protest about if it exists and is not properly put before the court. We just seen the prosecutor and the defense cooperate with each other to let Mr. Child get away with unaliving Cyrus in South Carolina. That's very much similar to what happened to Latasha in 1991. Even though Rodney King kicked off the LA riots, racial tension was already high about how these people are allowed to fuck over fuck up our kids, unalive them, and then throw us in prison unjustifiably and say that the laws that you have to protect and serve does not work for us or each other. So I really, really want to believe what he's saying. Somebody said maybe he's trying to protect him. He's trying to protect him how? You're not protecting anyone if you got this exculpatory evidence. The defense does not have it, and you're not putting it out there. This man is smart enough to know social media, even if you haven't reached out to put it out there so the world can see it. What are you talking about? What are they going to say is AI? Because, the prosecution is definitely not doing a good job. If the prosecutor is completely lying and making up a whole flip side story, it's going to capture the heart of America. That video needs to be released in court and simultaneously to the public. If not, I feel like a race war is definitely going to happen. White folks need to see exactly what happened in this video and exactly how self-defense laws work in this country. But that still don't take away from the fact that Morris Dwayne Turner, you're a creditor. Thank you for your service. We're going to call you the hunchback from 300, brother. But we still don't fuck with you, And, without even verifying facts, you got all of these different characters and creatures, okay, coming out of the woodwork. Look at his pungy ass. This man is literally 4'3". 4'3". His stomach is touching his kneecaps. And he sit around and gossip. And I guess he's seen this and he want to go viral. So he's now reporting this information like it's true, looking like the Sanderson brother.
With an update from a staff member who saw the video of the Karmelo Anthony and Austin MetCalf.
So where's the staff member? Dwayne Morris, he no staff member. That nigga's a creditor. He can't work at the people's school. Misinformation already.
Altercation. He says, the video was very clear. You can even see the raindrops. You can see 4 boys walk up to Karmelo, who's under the tent minding his business. Now, there was 4 boys and a few others.
Hold on, Nikki, did you find his name in the video or did you find his name in him being a registered offender? Because I already seen it. I don't need to go and search your case file, anything. The fact that you was even accused of some shit like that, we ain't gonna fuck with you unless your name is Michael Jackson.
He said, a couple of the others were distracting the coach while they jumped Karmelo. He said it was really in the rain delay. The twins and a few of their buddies, 4 of them and 3 other ones, one distracted the coach and they surrounded Karmelo. A few seconds later, they jumped him. Austin pushed him. The twins were in the middle. They were all jumping Karmelo.
Why is he sitting here looking side to side? Like, bro, you are so pathetic. You carry the luggage, boy. You the bag boy. Nigga, you carry the luggage for the internet.
Hunter said Karmelo threw his bag. That is not true. Hunter grabbed his...
Wait, how many people here recognize him? And I'm not talking about for no badass comedy and like it's an audition reel, still can't book no role in Hollywood. Like, we know he lied saying the FBI came to look for him. And, he said the FBI came looking for him because of the Diddy case and Jay-Z and black people fell for that shit when it wasn't number a couple of his friends he met at the bathhouse outside of his house knocking on his door.
His bag, but it shows they threw his bag away. And under Texas law, you just have to fear for your life. They start hitting Karmelo. Karmelo tried to get away, but Austin pulls him in by the hoodie, he says. and they pulled him back under the tent. Austin then put him in a headlock. Karmelo got away, and then you see Austin grab his chest. But all the stuff about Hunter rendering aid, holding the blood in was...
See, it's one thing to be able to go live and talk about a court case when you ain't there, because, I got production. Matter of fact, let me go and turn my TV on back there since y'all see it, my background playing and shit. Like, sir, you was in the basement carrying the luggage. Repeat, it's giving you was too broke to go to Texas, so you feel like you need to go viral some type of way. It still ain't got no core.
The lie, because he says the coach grabbed him away and pulled him out of the scene. Now, also on Fox 4, the staff member was saying they edited the photos of Karmelo to make it look like he had no injuries. But in the original photos, you could see his injuries. Karmelo had welts on his face, on his neck, and you could see locks of hair missing. I will keep you updated on this highly contested trial. They're saying they played the 911 footage in court today, and they were saying that they don't know which way this one will go. As you know, I will keep you updated.
That is a life-size penis of a man. That's it. 4'3" with a baby got suit on. He'll say and do anything to go viral. Bitch-ass nigga had me trending for all the wrong reasons, and I had to clap back.
Hey, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. So what happened?
What you want to tell me? What
I'm not
happened?
the one who started the rumor. People told
Who started the rumor?
I don't remember who it was.
But you got a platform with how many millions of people?
Not millions. I got a 500,000 followers.
You got a 500,000
They
followers.
told me that you got into an altercation.
But
with
you
me.
seen
That was
me.
it. I know. I didn't see you. I was trying to
literally,
ask you.
1 second. You literally went live and said I was harassing G,
No,
right?
I didn't go live.
You
live is
uploaded a
banned.
video
I
and
uploaded
said that I
Plain
was
and
harassing
semantics.
G.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did,
No, I didn't.
verbatim.
I uploaded.
Why
video.
did you
I
make
said
all
got-
of these people believe that I got beat up and I got drugged and knocked out? You heard it, but I'm here. You
That's
could
why I
have
was trying
asked
to
me.
ask you.
You didn't ask me.
So
You
tell
created
me.
that for clout, clicks, and
I didn't
views.
pronounce
The
that
same way you said that Jay-Z and Diddy came to your house for clout, clicks, and views because you stay in black people business.
Wow.
Diddy don't want to fuck you. Why is you
Hold
here?
on. You're saying
And you broke because you live over in New Jersey. You can't even afford to be over here. On TikTok, why is you creating rumors about black people though?
Listen.
Why is you in black people business?
Why are
Black
you,
people took
why are
that,
you saying
shared
it's
it
a
on the
lie?
blog.
The video is
Black
on
people
my-
took it, shared it on the blog,
Okay.
and everybody had a field day with your lies last night.
Listen to me. The video of Rock Nation investigators who came to
Fuck
my
that.
house.
We know you lied. I believe
just
you
saying.
lied, and I
Okay.
do believe
Well, the
you
proof
got
is
you a
there, so
package.
you're
You got
saying
you a promotional marketing package on TikTok to
Yes.
become somebody, and now you here wishing Diddy would smell your pussy. That's what I get.
I wish Diddy would smell my pussy.
Yeah, that's what that's what it's giving. Because you was a problematic little short ass white man spreading lies around with them baby
You
gals.
started our.
Look at your shoes.
You started our whole.
Look at them with the public defender shoes. And I told you if you played with me, you was gonna get drugged for filth. And this is the start. You gonna get drugged every day. And I want to see you red like a lobster for playing with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really ate him down. I didn't even realize I was going that hard. So yeah, he one of them people that go around the courthouse just starting problems, looking to smell black people, all this other stuff. He ain't number 4'3". 4'3", you'll find him in any back alley getting trying to broke ass motherfucker. You know them Proud Boys don't want shit to do with you. His motherfucking stomach touching his kneecap going around the court with a baby got suit on, lying on people. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. He is a part of Antifa. Here go another Antifa. You know this motherfucker right here, Jack Lang, very problematic. Okay, I'm pretty sure he got cracked a time or two when he was in prison for 1,000+ days and then ran into the Capitol talking about he innocent. When you the main one was swinging them motherfucking baseball bats. And then thought he was gonna go over there in Minnesota and fuck with the Somali people, huh? They ran him up a wall, you know, like it felt like he looked like you were high. They ran him up a wall, just spread all out. They were gonna fuck the shit out of him about them. That nigga was on the wall, legs open, busted open, head busted open when he went to Minnesota. And now he playing with people, bitch. Let me tell you something. He is Antifa too. Matter of fact, he one of them people that Paul Mooney be talking about.
Have you took a good look at a monkey? A monkey got thin lips. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got light eyes. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got straight hair. Take a good look at a monkey. I thought I saw a monkey on a skateboard.
And he deserved every bit of it.
I saw Planet of the Apes. I ain't seen nothing else in it. I saw just white folks in Planet of the Apes.
Karmelo Anthony should be swinging from a tree outside this courthouse. Karmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree. He wants to reestablish race relations in this country so that we can get along.
Tensions were high today for the Karmelo Anthony case, who is on trial for the alleged unaliving of Austin Metcalf.
We love our black youth. They deserve protection too.
So, excuse me if I use colorful language like Karmelo Anthony needs to be swinging from a tree. Our people are being hunted by your people.
It's the other way around because for years and years and centuries, white people have.
He Antifa.
You deny that? Like that, young black people, like you said, have enslaved black people, have mass incarcerated black people.
I think it's victim culture. I think it's victim culture, and there's too much. You crack ass motherfucker! You barely made it to the. You got one foot in the grave and one on a banana peel. I'm gonna put you if I get close enough.
Sorry. This shit funny.
Many supporters from each side showed up and gave their side of the story, including next gen.
Put out.
Hey, sit down somewhere. Your history is worse than Terrence Jackson, and we gonna get on YouTube, bitch ass nigga.
He feels like you need 8, 19-year-old child that's starting for their life.
I'm just coming here to support one of my family friends. You know, I think it's messed up what they did. I'm not saying anything racially, but I'm protesting that somebody that did a crime should be in prison for that crime. Because if the shoe was on...
But, don't he look like that little white boy that old ass nigga slapped shit out and finna drown in the lake the other day? Yeah, you be out there doing some badass shit. You know better than step up, nigga.
That somebody that did a crime should be in prison for that crime.
Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't give a damn.
Girl, an extremist. Go on back over there. You ain't rating up about $40 on the front.
Let's say the community.
I just want to make sure that I capture.
Oh my goodness, I can smell the halitosis from here.
Like in my mind, like everything how it happened.
I'm Native American. I believe in Christian values. I'm here to stand for these people over on this side. They're animals. They're heathens. They're fucking. They shouldn't even be allowed in this country anymore. They are green.
Yeah, and it's time to call ICE on you, motherfucker. You Antifa too. Let's see if you gonna have them same Proud Boys outside that detention camp with your ass.
Innocent person should be murdered and the guy should get away. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, but I put some details below about the case. Let me know your thoughts on this.
And Sarah feel like they got bitches on voodoo like this. Child, black, look, drawing sticks and seizures and shit in the sand. Listen, I'd have had it been turned up out there if I was there.
If I just kicked that, I would have been in jail right now.
Don't agitate me, because I'm really not the one.
Okay, come across the street.
You can either create peace.
I'm gonna beat your
I'm not cursing. It's gonna end up with you.
So
don't ever speak to me.
I bet you. Okay,
I'm peaceful.
I bet you.
She can't fight, girl. She can't fight.
You're a racist bitch. You're a racist bitch. What's your problem with my skin?
I'm not racist.
What's your problem with my skin?
I don't have a problem with your
skin. So, if 4 people come and tap you right now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna
4 people?
Oh man, oh my goodness. And yeah, Sarah feel like that she done posted up. I do know one thing, that nigga, if that man Dwayne Morris done seen that video and that video don't make it into the trial, niggas is dumb. I swear to God, niggas is dumb. Fuck is you talking about? You got the ace in the hole, and you out there giving a nigga that shit for free, bitch. I be out there, bitch. Oh, calm down, we shall overcome. I be out there, bitch. While the white folk mad, yeah, you killed. We should overcome. I be like, Carl, shit. If I was local and I'm black out there, and I know I got this ace in the hole, I'll tell all black people, hey, listen. We got this over here. Let's just play them. Let's make them look like monkeys and shit. Come on, like y'all know what a monkey is.
Have you took a good look at a monkey? A monkey got thin lips. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got light eyes. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got straight hair. Take a good look at a monkey. I thought I saw a monkey on a skateboard the other day. I saw Planet of the Apes. I ain't seen none of us in it. I saw just white folks in Planet of the Apes.
You know when you go to the courthouse and don't know nothing, like Nick at Night Quill and he who should not be named. And he who should not be named. You know, they go and sensationalize and find problems and act like they the problem and shit like that. The courthouse was okay then. Nick at Night Quill coming out here knowing she don't know lie and ain't really got nothing to talk about and trying to force a beef with Sarah Field. And that white lady said she won't even spit on you if she was on fire. Talking about she don't want to go in the bathroom with Sarah Fields because conflict. Girl, don't nobody want to be in no bathroom with a bitch that got halitosis. The fuck, Sarah don't want nothing to do with you. Stop trying to act like it's a problem with that lady. That lady don't got nothing to do with you. You and your uncle them was trying to skip the line, and I would have got rid of you like they did that bitch for Andre. Okay? Just say thank you. When I see them thumbnails popping up fast, I already know that I helped you. And see, that's the power. Ooh, I like having over you to go. Sarah don't want shit to do with you, Nick at Night Quill. We know you ain't efficient, ain't adequate, and you trying to get on them people news. And I don't want none of y'all black asses on there unless it's a Boondocks episode outside the court. What that baby? Oh. What the fuck? Listen, I watched this lady page. She just do her reporting and journalism. I do think it was shaky and shady for her to post up Dwayne's background while, to discredit him. And I also realized the statement that she said. He said, turns out the man who took a photo of me is Pedo Dwayne. I reported on him last year when I discovered that he was able to view the footage at Frisco ISD without undergoing any form of background check. So he actually reported on it. Like, who he is. He has this footage. And Sarah, if you know, and you yourself have seen this footage, why are they painting a narrative, the state painting the narrative like the only footage they see is this grainy ass shit? So this is all suspect to me. Like dead ass. It's all suspect to me. I want to figure out who this man is. I want to interview him and I want him to release that motherfucking footage. And this is the part where I wish I was there because that would be an open shit case. Release that footage. Give me the motherfucking footage. Bitch, I'm gonna show you how to go viral. Is you cool? No interviews with attorneys or nothing. Those bloggers should have kept their asses home because they have not interviewed not one or significant person of the trial. And they don't even know how to collaborate with these people. They don't. You go out there, racial tensions and high and shit like that. Why don't you take the higher road and collaborate? Because especially that nigga with them big ass eyes like he got thyroids. Oh, damn, cracker, only cracker. Okay, they got your tag number. They know where you at with your bitch ass, and them Proud Boys gonna hang your bitch ass, big ass bear from a tree. You keep on playing. Now, I won't be doing that in front of no goddamn text. You gotta be smarter than that. Not the baddest blogger. The baddest blogger that made it way to the motherfucking child cake. A black journalist removed from courthouse is now trying to make this about race. According to reports, people were removed for alleged conduct and protocol violations. If courthouse rules were broken, that's the issue, not race. So NBC News reported. Okay, white folk, get your pen and your paper. NBC News reported 3 people were removed from the Collin County Courthouse before morning procedures began. A woman directed harsh words at a sheriff's deputy. A blogger from North Carolina, the baddest blogger, was removed for allegedly calling deputy a racial slur. And a 3rd person may have been violating courthouse protocols prohibiting cell phone use and recording in the building. He'll do anything to go viral. It's problems everywhere the baddest blogger goes. Bitch came at the end of the Diddy trial trying to go viral. Honey, Tisa Tales. Oh, Tisa Tales, you said Tisa Tales. Trying to repeat and do everything that I did. Bitch, you ain't denied. You ain't lit like me. You can't get it crossed. Nigga, I'm what that courthouse is missing. All y'all, white, black, y'all bitches to get roasted. Bitch, y'all be sitting there shaking each other hands when I'm done with y'all niggas. Is you cool? Like, so he out there looking for a moment, and I bet you as soon as he came, all the demons, all the negativity, all that shit, been talking to Nick at Night Quill with a halitosis mouth ass about Sarah and what he gonna do and how he gonna go there to go viral and all this other stuff. See, the baddest blogger did not decide to go to the trial until he knew the course was clear. Because he said what he was going to do to your boy when he seen me. He said, y'all remember he said he was going to punch me in my mouth and all that shit? Bitch, and you going to turn black and blue in your face like Austin Metcalf, you play with me. I got that record, bitch, I'm scared for my life. I don't give a fuck if I don't ever see you until we get to the nursing home, nigga. I'ma have that clip. I'm scared for my life, bitch. You up out of there, bitch. Y'all Y'all remember when the baddest blogger threatened me? Now he done brought them motherfucking omens to the courthouse. I bet you Nika at night they got tired of your halitosis mouth. Queen Sheba, darling, that's why she was late. She was late yesterday and didn't make the cut because of you. And your bad spirit, she don't even fuck with you either like that. I knew that was a real woman when he was up there with that bull ass shit during the Diddy trial trying to explain himself and gonna hang up the phone and then gonna try to convince that lady not to like me. You are a bad, demonic, evil ass spirit. And I was like, why is he acting like this? The whole time he couldn't wait for a moment to just clout chase off of me. That's why he was begging me to put his name in the title. It's okay. The baddest blogger. They said it was about race. Is that what you said?
They have kicked me out of the courthouse, said that I could come back tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
Which is a violation of my constitutional rights. And let me give you.
You ain't getting back in there.
Let me read to y'all what the law
No crack ain't playing with you.
Let me.
I'm surprised. Listen,
okay?
child, he was at the Diddy trial with weave down and crack his booty, just sweating up a storm like a big old nasty pig, like he got type 2 diabetes. He was just sweating. And now he got to go to ChatGPT to make a point because he ain't got no intellect. He ain't got nothing to offer but nothing to come here and act dramatic. Okay, it wasn't about race. You just too gay to function. No cracking and want you in their building.
Let me pull this up. Let me see. Courthouses are public buildings. Y'all see that email that I put up there? That's the courtroom that we're in, and that's how you get in contact with the judge. Can y'all please send an email, flood their email right now?
You ain't got but 3 people watching you. You trying to crack into the Karmelo Anthony algorithm. Oh, I'm going to show up and I'm there. I got person up. No. In front of back, niggas don't know you a man or woman. You a bitch ass butterball turkey head.
Karmelo Anthony need real black independent media inside the courtroom. And I have been here and I have been in place in line to get in there to cover this case. And they don't like my coverage. Because the way that...
What coverage? This is the first time we heard you open your mouth about this. You didn't have no clicks and views, no nothing. And got in that cheap-ass car, then drove from South Carolina to Texas to cause problems. Fuck you talking about? It's the weekend. Go on to the bathhouse, you bathhouse queen.
They treated me over, me telling this black officer, going back up there, massa. And then they trying to make it seem like I call him... I'm like, oh, you want to add on stuff. Even if I called you a coon, it's still my constitutional rights. And you cannot ban me from a public...
Yeah, they got your tag number too,
okay? The
bitch.
public and press have a right to assess them.
Yeah, they gonna treat you like it's a sundown, bitch. You think you gonna be there? Oh yeah, they probably just be extra nice to you the next time they see you. They gonna treat you the same way they treat that juror that thought he was doing a good job because he don't want to see a brother to jail. Played you, boasted the record and make it, oh, why would we unalive him? You know, he had a problem and next thing you know, everything was cool. Now our last memory of him is good. Why they gonna put on them white ass hoods, bitch? Flying your tires right there before you get to that sign and telling your black ass to get out before dark.
Okay, trials like the one that I am covering. Collin County Courthouse do have, you know, all that stuff. Hold on, let me read this. Any ban or exclusion must generally be content neutral and serve a legitimate purpose, safety, order, or court function. A viewpoint discrimination, which means punishing my speech because officials does not like the message or the speaker, is presumptively unconstitutional under the First Amendment. Public buildings are not government to silence criticism.
Why are you at them people courthouse if you gotta read basic comprehension out on your motherfucking phone? See, that's why they don't like niggas in the jury, because you like to, you know, go to the black and white and ignore the gray area. Big ass blob piece of shit, waste of space, waste of time. Can't even go to prison to do nothing but get up your ass. Bitch. Like, you is a problem everywhere you go.
I have the same...
Gerald Jackson, that's his name.
And all of that stuff. I mean, it's you cannot...
Wait, Undam said, mind you, if he drove, he got to go through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina to get home. And you know he drove. You know he drove because guess what? He can't. He's so bad and his record's so nasty. He can't even rent an Airbnb, y'all. Barely can take a flight. He had to have a car when he's there, you know, to drive Queen Sheba Darling around and to act like, you know, it was so hard up on her. To act like they best friends to later turn around and, you know, clout chase and want to feel it. You know, this. Like, sir, what the fuck you got on, first of all? You finna sweat that through. Big butterball ass nigga. You know, a nasty motherfucker you invite to your house and they get up and it's all black shit around the seat. That's this nigga right here.
Ban somebody. Like, I want to go file a lawsuit right now. And if I go up there and try to file a lawsuit against them, they're going to probably try to arrest me. And I'm not about to go to jail in Texas. So I need y'all
to probably
blow that line up today. Email them, call the Collin County Courthouse.
I'm finna call the Collin County Courthouse and tell them about who you are. That's what I'm finna do, bitch. So let Collin County, Texas Court. Collin County, Texas Courthouse. Thank you for the idea. And I'm gonna put on my best white voice too. Bitch, they closed right now. I'm gonna call them Monday. Bright and early, motherfucker. Bright and early, bitch. I'm gonna call them Monday to leave them a good message when them white folks get in there and they're just feeling good. And they gonna hear, they need to believe in black people, believe some good out of black folks coming, okay? By the time I leave them a fucking message, them women that worked at the courthouse gonna hear my nice voice and what I got to say about you. Okay, they gonna get, they gonna go home with all kind of things. When I get done telling them about you, okay, them Proud Boys ain't playing with you. I'm gonna tell them what you said about they women too, child. Yes, bitch, y'all didn't know this nigga played like he was my friend. Couldn't you buy me no motherfucking pizza or that like that? He gonna hit me in my mouth. He thought he was gonna get you right up here. I told you.
I told you yesterday you was gonna pay me for my pain.
Bitch,
yesterday,
bullshit ass bitch,
you was gonna pay me for my pain. You gonna pay me for my pain. You gonna pay me for my pain.
Y'all hear them gunshots? That's gonna be them real signs, cause that nigga got a whole video saying what he was gonna do to me. This nigga said he was gonna do me worse than they did Shanquilla Robinson, and I'm scared for my life. Motherfucker, you gonna pay me for my pain? You done went up there. We gonna drag it out, and I can't wait to talk to them white folks about you, cause they been hitting me up on Instagram, commenting. Oh, so you only seen a little bit of numbers, but you didn't know a lot of them people is new people. Them good old clean white folks that's scared for their life for you over there, I see. Oh, not my way into the Diddy trial, bitch. I'm gonna do you how Mr. 82 did me doing the Diddy trial. Only thing, I ain't ugly, bitch. I look a lot better than you, you greasy ass pig. Hello. Let me call this courthouse to see if I can leave a message for the clerks. 1 second. Yep.
I told you yesterday you was gonna pay me for my pain.
Oficinas del Condado de Collin. Para inglés, presione 1. Español.
If you know your party's extension number, please press 1 now. Collin County office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Individual department hours may vary. For a list of Collin County locations, please press 1. For community supervision or probation, press 2. For marriage license, birth and death certificates, assumed names, land transactions, military discharge records, mental commitments, and probate, press 3. For child support, jury service, family, divorce, civil, criminal, passports, and district clerk's trust fund, press 4. For the sheriff's...
No, you know what? I'm going to call them on Monday because I need a live reaction from them. Because see, the shit that I'm going to tell them about you, you know what's coming.
Hey, y'all know y'all are breaking the law. You cannot ban journalists or anybody public. This is how people get justice. They're going to tell me I need to go file a complaint.
What did he say to kick you? What did he say kick you out for?
This is what I told him. They sent him back there to try to get black people under control. Bristow was like, oh, Lord. He sent somebody else back there. Everybody was like, we don't want to hear that. And I was like, yeah, Massa, you work for the Massa. So, but he went on about his business. He didn't say, let me talk to you then. He didn't pull me out the line or nothing. He sent Elena back there to say he wanted to talk to me. So I told her I don't want to talk.
Elena, why? How is he on first name basis with these people? Ain't nobody seen you. Ain't nobody seen. Look how ugly he is, bitch. Look like a whole predator. Ain't nobody seen you. Don't nobody watch you until you do this. Like, come on. We seen how you scammed Shanquilla Robinson family. Took all the money and they never get no motherfucking justice. Like, what's going on here? Now, your last was a day ago, and videos, and you just, nothing. Nothing. You was just doing little small videos, 2-3 minutes, and, I'm going to go there 5 days ago. I got to make sure that I didn't go there, because you know you're going to have to fade me on site, motherfucker.
When we get ready to go in the building, he look at me and say, because he's holding the door, if you act like that tomorrow, you are banned. I just looked back at him and I said, and then I'm gonna sue you. He said, out.
Out.
You cannot do that.
No. Yes, they can. No. You are a problem. That is a courthouse where real people work at. Real people with real lives, real jobs. And here you go with racial tension high outside, and you done brought that shit to the crack of dough. Get up out of that building. You is done. Okay? The only thing that you can do is go and pop your coochie on the weekend at some gay club. And all black event, that is, because you like to congregate and get together with black people. Hey, none of these bloggers been out there with black people stirring the you the only one that went over there and don't even know how to do it right. You are part of the problem, not the solution. You're in there antagonizing shit. It's already bad enough they don't have no black people on the jury. People was talking about that. Now you in the court bringing out those attitude, bringing out those diseases and viruses and loose bussies and shit of these people. How? Terrence Jackson, I can't wait to buddy. I'm going to tell the crackers all about you. I'm going to tell them all about you.
Vice Sharon, thanks. A Jacksonville man who threatened to disclose embarrassing information about a local attorney is found guilty of extortion. A judge sentenced Gerald Jackson to a maximum of 23 months in prison. It's not his first run-in with the law. Jackson has prior convictions for 19 felonious false bomb reports to schools in our area, along with several counts of cyber stalking. He operated the locally based website and Facebook page, the North Carolina Beat. Sheriff Hans Miller says Jackson has frequently used those outlets to report misinformation and threaten people.
I was always wondering, is somebody going to take it a step further and harm somebody because of what he had said? And we don't want that. We don't like violence. We don't like slander. We don't like lies. But the problem is with social media, you know, people can say anything.
Miller says Jackson has cost the county thousands of dollars for the bomb threats and other illegal activity in Onslow.
Just a nuisance. You cause a county thousands and you threaten to sue them. Get the fuck up out of here. You're a problem. Sir, you have to, you know what happened when you started threatening to sue white people? I'm going to tell you how they call you out on your bluff. Sir, you threatened to file litigation, and I'm sorry, you're going to have to get out, and you're going to have to contact our attorneys because there's nothing more we can say or do to you. You threaten litigation. Knowing you ain't got no motherfucking coins. Knowing you ain't going to bust a motherfucking grape. Knowing you ain't going to do a motherfucking thing. But see, when we look at black and white and we think about convictions, Jacksonville, Jacksonville, NC. Police in Jacksonville, okay, and this was posted April the 9th, 2014, arrested Gerald Jackson, a.k.a. Terrence Jackson, who they say made bomb threat to schools and businesses over the past 6 weeks. A few of those bomb threats, I think it was like 4 of them belonged to elementary schools. Elementaries, he's called and threatened to blow up the buildings. He's known for calling to threaten to blow up schools, businesses, government. Come on now. He's liable. He told people to call the court and complain about racism as an alibi. So when he call and do a bomb threat to that court, they know who it is. So I got to tell these white folks about you and how you've been convicted. They say 15 counts of filing false bomb threats. And this was in 2014. Now, the baddest blogger has gotten a little bit more sophisticated with his tactics. So if he out there telling people and ain't got number 2, 3 people watching, let me show y'all. He ain't got number 3 people watching him. And he act like he's the baddest blogger and still Shanquilla Robinson and child, that's been done and over with. Don't nobody think about you, you sweaty punk. The baddest blogger. Telling people to call the court. He's going to be calling the courthouse. They say he got AI technology to know how to disguise voices. They say he know how to do all kind of things. So, yeah, protect that building in that court case, okay? Because, you know, y'all out there acting a fucking fool. Y'all should have let the ops act the fool so that they can throw it based on y'all protesting antics. And the thing about it is, it's hot as fuck out there. You think them white folks gonna be standing out there crunk up protesting and shit if these niggas ain't amping them up? They feeding off your energy. All y'all like some fucking Antifa roaches out there. But Mr. Jackson, he's going to bring in the bomb threats and the extortion tactics, and I want to sue you. Child, you done drove way over there for nothing. Your ass is not going to be back in the people's courthouse. You don't know how to cover no court cases. You go and start problems everywhere. You sneak this. You hate. You just a punk, literally.
Good advice, Sharon. Thanks. A Jacksonville man who threatened to disclose embarrassing information about a local attorney is found guilty of extortion. A judge sentenced Gerald Jackson Jr. to a maximum of 23 months in prison. It's not his first run-in with the law. Jackson has prior convictions for 19 felonious false bomb reports to schools in our area, along with several counts of cyber stalking. He operated the locally based website and Facebook page, the North Carolina Beat. Sheriff Hans Miller says Jackson has frequently used those outlets to report misinformation and threaten people. Oh, Lord.
I was always wondering, is somebody going to take it a step further and harm somebody because of what he had said? And we don't want that. We don't like violence. We don't like slander. We don't like lies. But the problem is with social media, you know, people can say anything.
Miller says Jackson has cost the county thousands of dollars for the bomb threats and other illegal activity in Onslow County.
And so, yeah. Now, I was in a clubhouse room last night, and I heard some things, and I do want to say trigger warning. I do not condone, I do not support anyone saying anything that's directed specifically towards a particular group that can be considered hate speech. I do not think that any act that I take upon somebody should be solely based upon their race at all. I would never celebrate, I would never support anybody that felt like that they just wanted to unalive a white person when retaliation is that's just not cool. You're not God. You can't play and be the sole person in charge of, you know, white Americans being punished for 400 plus years of slavery and the pretty much genocide on all different levels, socioeconomically, politically. You know, black people in America feel like we're under a genocide, and racial tensions can become high and can become very obvious when people just blurt out and say certain things that you just will never hear or should never hear. So again, I want to say trigger warning to everybody listening right now. I do not condone harassment, hate speech, violence, or anything. I just was baffled to see someone would actually say some shit like this out loud. I was floored. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was so floored. I was just conflicted and didn't know what to say or think. But
that's the thing. It's like he got caught. And that's what it is. To the right. He got caught. This the thing, and I don't want this to be confused with nothing. I'm gonna just say it, right? How many black folks on this stage or in this room? Just think about this. Nobody answer, right? Have you had encounters with white folks, right? Or had a thought in your mind ever ran through your mind? Man, if I get away with it, man, I'll kill that white motherfucker.
Oh, Lord.
I did.
That is extremely egregious. You know, I don't know if it was going to play so much into race as to just in general. So many people feel like if I could do something and get away with it, I would have did it. Like every day, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, oh, if I just wish I could just beat this person up. I wish I could just do this, but I know I can't because we live in a society to where that's just illegal. And then on top of that, like I'm trying to figure out how is this in contextualizing of Karmelo if what they're saying in the court of law thus far is true. Mind you, the defense has not put up their case, and there's allegations that there's a clear video that shows exactly what happened with this incident under the tent with Karmelo and Austin MetCalf. But again, I do not support anybody saying that they're glad that Charlie Kirk died, that they're glad that I don't do any of that, because I know one thing, at the end of the day, we all got flesh, and we at the end of the day, you take skin color off, you're gonna bleed like me, you got the same autonomy as me, all this other shit. Like, bro, like, you know, race is just a social construct in America that has caused so much divide and hatred. So when people are extremely racist on either side, I would like to think and call them Antifa, categorize and put them into one box, because otherwise you're gonna be left in the polar opposites of black people racist or white people racist, and I'm forced to pick a side. I don't pick Antifa. So there's ways to express yourself and say things, but this stuff, I just want to play how people are referencing it. And, you know, to me personally, I just think, I'm gonna just play it. I'm sorry.
So don't nobody answer, because people have a hard time dealing with this. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about like if you've been in a store, right, or whatever, and you had an encounter with a Karen or whatever the male version of a Karen is, and you had a thought in your mind. I'm not saying you acted on it. I'm not saying anything like that, but just a thought ran through your mind. Man, if I get away with it, man, I'd dump that motherfucker in the ditch and keep on moving. I'd kill that motherfucker.
Wow.
Motherfucker said that to me. Man, I'd kill that motherfucker.
And again, this is somebody else expressing what they would say and do. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with attacking, unalive, hunting down people, or committing no type of genocide of someone based on the color of their skin.
It ain't nothing. It ain't gotta be justified. I'm not talking about some shit that's justifiable under the law, some shit that's self-defense, nothing. I'm talking about just because, you know, just because of how you felt in that moment about a white motherfucker. My point is this. I get it. But we don't have to say it ain't nothing wrong. And I'm saying this, it ain't nothing wrong with feeling that way. Because these white motherfuckers are fucked up. These white motherfuckers done fucked over black folks in this goddamn country and these white folks think they are emboldened. They think they talking shit, especially, you know what I'm saying, and all kind of shit. Now, you feeling that way.
They don't do that shit in public. And
listen to what I'm saying. Listen.
They don't do it in public.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, right, is black folks have a hard time just reconciling the fact that they feel that way sometimes, and that they may have those thoughts, and that, you know what I'm saying, and you know, they black folks are uncomfortable with that. I'm not uncomfortable with saying or thinking, hey man, I done had thoughts in my mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Throughout, you know, various parts throughout my life, man. When you know, white motherfucker trying to fuck you over, white motherfucker trying to handle you some kind of way, white motherfucker talking shit. And even though you might be looking on TV and see a motherfucker like, oh, I'll give you an example.
Yeah, this is, I want to play it, but it's just like certain things and certain trigger words and stuff. So y'all like the video, support the channel. I'm definitely not in support of like I'm with Vada. Like white people, even if they felt this way, which I know a lot of them do, they don't say it publicly. Like even Jack Lang, who is the protesting, the J6er, he's trying to run for a political spot in Florida, but 2 days ago he was outside of Karmelo Anthony case saying Karmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree. You know, some people can say that that's how they really feel about us, and that's what they really think. And so why shouldn't we feel the same way about them? Like, I understand people are angry about history, but there's a certain thing called righteous anger. What are you going to do in order to, you know, make yourself whole so that this issue is resolved or whatever? If we're angry about slavery, like, are black people at a point where they feel like it's righteous to just take a life, period, regardless of the circumstances? And then this person even went on as far as saying that if he was on the jury, he would vote not guilty, back to the OJ shit, despite, or even if it wasn't self-defense. And based upon the evidence that we see and hear in court thus far, it seems like Karmelo is guilty. But the defense has not put on their case, and there's allegations that there exists a video, much clearer video, that the defense would probably more than likely bring to them. I don't know Texas rules of evidence in court about how soon do you have to provide evidence in criminal trial in Texas. Let's start there. In Texas criminal trial, the prosecutor must provide a defense of the discovery as soon as practicable. However, under the Michael Morton Act, the state must fully disclose any evidence favorable to the accused and material to the case no later than 30 days before trial. Okay, but what about the defense? Okay, the defense deadline, notice of intent. If the defense intends to use certain types of specialized evidence, they must provide reasonable notice to the prosecution before time. Reciprocal discovery, if the defense requests yada, yada, yada. Time, if the judge will usually issue a scheduling order at pre-trial hearing setting exact calendar dates for when the defense must disclose their list of witnesses and physical evidence. So this evidence had to already been discovered. So that man outside of the court, let's say he released it today, they can actually get it and make it a part of the trial, which is usually usable. If that man just wait until this brother has, been convicted and he had exculpatory evidence and held on to it just for the public sake of it, that's fucking horrible. You're a piece of shit. You should have contacted the attorney to gave it to them a long time ago if you so-called cared about Karmelo Anthony. You're an antagonist, and that's Antifa's behavior, Antifa type of behavior. Okay, mind you, anytime you say Antifa, it's some type of radical organized protest to shift the power scale, despite the natural balance of things. It's something come from way back in the 1920s. Look it up, Antifa. Trump talked about it a lot as well. Moving on, I'm all for collaborating with different people. I really am. So shout out to this YouTuber. Her name is Tamara Neely. She has 64.4K subscribers. She's been outside of the court, collaborating with other people that she's seeing there and staying out of the mess and staying out of the racial clash. Somebody like this is who I can watch and pour into. Honestly, Queen Sheba Darling, she missed the court date yesterday, and Gerald Jackson is in the building. So now I don't want to watch nobody connected to him. But without further ado, let's see what they're talking about. This is live reaction from someone who was in Karmelo Anthony's courtroom.
Court is over today. Mark, what happened inside?
Today was a lot of the witnesses that saw the things today. A lot of the students were there describing things, the materials that were there on site of the things. We actually saw the knife.
What did it look like?
It looked like a lock blade knife. It looked like a hunter's knife, so to speak. I'm not going to call it gruesome, but it was a knife that had blood all the way back on the shank.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was
a big knife?
It was legal size, but you could see the blood all the way back on the shank of it. It was, yeah, and then most of it was washed off, but there was blood all the way back on it. We heard the 911 calls. We heard his brother crying as his brother died. There wasn't a dry eye in that courtroom today, not one. It was tough it was very tough. Again, a lot of the witnesses, the students that are there presently, from sophomores, so there was a freshman that saw it, all the way to some that have already graduated.
So when you were in there, I mean, when I first saw you, you said that he's going to jail. Those were one of the first words you told me. Why were you so confident?
Too many of the same story. Austin asked Mello to leave. No cussing, no swearing at Mello. Gave him a push and got stabbed for pushing him.
Wow. So basically,
not a punch. I'm saying it, a push. Some of them said it was a one-hand. Some said it was a two-handed.
Wow, but it was
just a push, and I'm saying at least a half a dozen.
Wow. So how were Karmelo Anthony supporters taking the news?
Some of them just shook their heads and tried to deny it.
Wow.
Truly, they did. They just like, no.
Wow.
No, and he didn't get jumped. It was just him and Austin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Hunter wasn't involved?
No.
Was Hunter even around?
He was under there, but not around. He was not involved in the argument between Austin and Karmelo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So this was just Karmelo and Austin.
Yeah.
And that's when Karmelo decided to just go ahead and so what?
He had his hand in the bag the whole time the argument was going on while he was sitting, and had his hand on that knife the whole time. So waiting for someone to come over and say, "Come on, if you're gonna make me move, come make me." Wow. So Austin walked over to him and pushed him, and when he pushed him, he stabbed him.
So why would he do that? I mean, you know.
I'm not in his head.
I know, but
I don't think like that.
I know, but you know his family.
That doesn't mean I know how they think.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Because I don't think like that. I've never had.
That's exactly why it's important that somebody black is on the juror, especially in the state of Texas, from his own neighborhood. That they got rid of the 3 black women because they don't want nobody on the jury that thinks like Karmelo. Or anybody that look like Karmelo. We don't want none of y'all that think like this. There's some like Chinese people, Indian people, Asian people on the jury. They think like white folks. Okay, they come over here to take out, like Mr. Child, to own our gas stations, to take out the resources from our community and flood it back into their bank accounts. And once they have enough bodegas and gas stations in our neighborhood, they'll then take all the money and flip it and then go up to create a Chinatown and the Soho and all this other stuff off the back of all the money they made off of black people. And now black people, the same ones that would have bought from them the crab legs and shit in the hood, they'd be the main customer going to their establishment in Soho and Chinatown and all this other shit, At this point in time, this statement that this man said about, I don't think like that, I don't think like them, I don't know what's going on in their head, is exactly why that's an issue for no black people to be on the jury.
To stab a person.
So basically, it wouldn't have mattered who it was. He was going to stab somebody.
He's going to stab whoever pushed him.
What did they say that he seemed angry that day? Or?
Well, yeah, he said he was the only one that was provoking it. Like, I'm not leaving, make me leave. He kept saying that. And Austin's like, dude, leave. And so, Austin was the only one that got up and stood up and said, touch me and find out what happened. So he walked over there and said, dude, leave. And he didn't, so he gave.
But that looks like a narrative because, I think he's testified. What he's saying is based on the video and what the other students said. And yeah,
a touch, and every one of them in there said it was open-handed. Every one of them.
What do you mean by open-handed?
Instead of punching him in the shoulder or something like that, it was open-handed.
And that was what Austin did. He just kind of.
Yep.
Wow.
And got stabbed for it.
Wow, that is so sad.
Yep.
And okay, let me give you a fill in on what was happening outside, because a lot happened out here. Karmelo Anthony supporters marched along the street there.
Oh,
They
really?
led us all the way over at the white tent, and we were just minding our business, and they started chanting and getting very loud. The police got involved. It looks like they wanted to.
Well, they said blood was going to spill today.
Yeah. Oh wow.
They
And
said that. They said that
Can y'all hear
to.
me better now? They said that basically.
Yeah, they said blood was going to spill. They said that to Skippy, Sarah's security guard, who's white. They said today's a good day for blood to be spilled.
Wow.
So Sarah told the people in there, which that's why you saw, which makes sense, why you saw the sheriffs coming out and getting the crowd under control.
Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Well, thank you so much for your update. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else that people need to know about what's going on? Because obviously there's a lot of misinformation and people aren't able to see what's happening in that courtroom. So is there anything else that's pressing to you? We've got 66 people on, and I'm sure thousands will see this. So
I would say just don't believe the rumors, just believe the people who are in court, or wait till the transcripts come out. I mean, that's the best we can all do.
wow.
I mean, and just all the rumors that I heard, you know, his hair was pulled out, you know, he got swollen eye, all that stuff has been blown out the window.
Oh, wow.
And that's basically what I thought was going to
Yeah.
happen. I kind of knew that because I knew since the beginning that Karmelo was not innocent like they were making it seem. I knew that there was more to the story.
Now she bootlicking. At that point, you're not being unbiased.
Of course, but I just
I didn't think it was this bad. I didn't think it was this. I didn't think it was this out of proportion.
Like everything that I've heard, I already knew like all of this basically. Like I knew a lot of this stuff, not every single detail, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me. None of what has been said surprises me. And it's so sad because I'm sure Megan was in that courtroom bawling, wasn't she?
She was in there, and she was. I mean, when the 911's called and they showed the blood and you heard his brother crying, you know, my brother, what did my brother do to deserve this? Everybody in that room was crying. Everyone. There wasn't a dry eye in there.
Wow.
Lawyers included. I mean, that's tough. All the jury.
Wow.
It's tough.
Man, that's so sad. Well, y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here first. I'm about to see if I can get an interview with Sarah Fields as well.
You better go run and catch her. You know where she's at, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
So yeah, she's mingling with the white folks, and you know, I'm gonna give her a chance because the case isn't over. The defense has not presented their case, and from what I'm hearing about that video, like this is a factual allegation outside of the court that needs to make its way into the court. I would be so sad and disappointed if that man just sat here and completely lied to me about that video. Even people like Alex Rosen and all these other people, these racist people, are retweeting and reposting Dwayne Morris's mugshot for taking that little 13-year-old boy to a bathhouse, which is crazy to me. And for him to have actual footage and video is also crazy. So are we just gonna say he's a liar and don't have this information? Or like, fuck, like I need that video. I need this video to be released. I need to do research and figure out this dude, if he was lying or not. It's stuck in my head because I don't want this man to go down for the rest of his life and be the poster boy for how bad and dangerous black kids are. Coming from a 2-parent household. So what make you think they're not gonna look at the ones with a single parent household, which is the majority of us, are any worse? Like, what the fuck?
Being all seriousness gives him the reason why he was there and not going there to stir trouble as somebody may think he did. Good. So, all right. So I was talking to a lady there at a break, and I said, "So how did things go?" And she was like, "There's a interesting spin to this."
Wow. Okay.
So I'm going to draw this as clear as I can. So please forgive my art skills. I saw you drawing earlier, and yours is a whole lot better than mine.
I like to just sketch a
So
little bit.
there was a tent alongside the field. This is where I guess the elementary school, the parking lot, and the swim down here. So I'm trying to give a perspective, the tents. I don't know exactly which tent. I'm just going to put Karmelo Anthony. I'm just going to put him this way. I don't know which one, so everybody just chill out. But what I do remember is that he was sitting at the edge of one when he was approached. The defense right now is saying that he was waiting and talking to a friend of his named Eddie. Who's Eddie? And they said, well, the defense is saying that he was talking to Eddie for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so during all the rain delay and everything like this, why wasn't these other people under here? Why didn't he say, hey, I'm with Eddie, who actually belonged under this tent with that school? And so the people who got in there this morning that we didn't are wanting to know and hear from this witness, because everyone has an idea in their head that he was there and they've labeled it to start trouble. And allegedly now he has an alibi of why he was underneath that tent and who he was there with. So was he welcome there? And was he with his friend there?
So how did the altercation start? Have we got to that part?
They did not. They just said that they were talking about, they went as far back as how long, how much jiu-jitsu time was that one of the kids had taken. I forgot which one of the MetCalf boys was in jiu-jitsu. How long ago and how long did he train in jiu-jitsu? Okay. The lady I spoke to is like, come on, let's get to the point. But this one was...
No, that's actually important, especially given the fact that it's alleged that Austin was 6'2", 240 pounds in jiu-jitsu. So those are relevant facts that you just cannot sweep under the rug when it comes to height and size difference. The sports recruiter platforms who are owned and operated by, I more than likely somebody has a relationship with the MetCalfs, because even the Fox News anchor over there in Dallas said out of his own mouth, I know the family and I got friends that's friends of friends. So those people with those sports websites that own them have been saying that Karmelo is 5'11" and 160 when the defense in court has said that he's 5'8" and 130 or something. And I was listening to Queen Sheba Darling, and she herself said he's very tiny. He's between 5'7" and 5'9". I heard her say that. So they're painting a story, and have been for quite some time, about this boy. So I'm not gonna like really roll the dice and say everything that they're saying is the truth and Karmelo is just this bad person. This is why it's important for the cameras to be in there, because these are the people that are not the authors of this storyline. This is not federal fucking court, you know? It would be different if I was there, y'all. It would be. And I should have went. Because I got to hunt this man down that said that he has this footage. And it's crazy because I don't even want creditors and people that's been accusing those shit like that around me, but I need to see if he was lying about this footage, because I see the white lies about how it doesn't matter if he took jiu-jitsu. I see the white lies about bumping up Karmelo's height publicly to make the public believe something, and how he's coming out here minimizing everything about Austin because he's already made his mind up as well.
Kind of a head scratcher to throw a twist at the defense is saying that there is somebody that from that school that.
And I feel like that what they really want to do, and this is why Gerald Jackson need to pipe down. They really want to kick all the black jurors out. All the black people out, because if this man was in the courthouse and saying that this don't matter and reporting on this to lead us to believe this, and somebody else black in there says something and get you thinking critically, they want to remove all the black media out of there. It's important that black media stay in there. It is very fucking important. As a matter of fact, God damn. So honestly, like we need to keep black media inside the court.
He was talking to, which would put him why he was there. that
I've heard this story before.
yeah, well, that's what the defense is saying
that
right now, which is
he was
interesting.
there with someone in that particular tent, and he was asked to leave. But I'm still, I guess the questions that I have is what led to the altercation? Because if he was there with Eddie,
Right.
from what I remember way back when this case started, they had said something along the lines of they overheard Karmelo having, just kind of saying some outlandish things.
That's what he was accused of.
Yeah, that's what he was accused of, and that's what caused one of the MetCalfs to then get involved. But right now, that's where the question is.
But Mello had been there for a while, allegedly, talking with Eddie. So why didn't Eddie? Hey, he's with me.
Yeah,
he's with me.
Where is Eddie? We want to talk to Eddie. Like I was telling you all earlier, I saw quite a few key people in this case walk into the trial.
So you're not in there.
I saw Jeff Metcalf walk in. I saw.
Girl, you were supposed to go in there. Listen, hey.
Megan Metcalf walked in. I also saw Karmelo Anthony's dad walk in. I believe his name is
Drew
Anthony. I saw Kayla, Karmelo Anthony's mother.
Milagros should be there.
I also saw Kayla's mother walk in, who I believe is Kayla's mother because they look just alike, but she looks a little bit older than her, and she's a beautiful lady, I will say that. And I saw her walk in, and I saw a group of 10 Karmelo Anthony family members or friends also walk into the courtroom, and I saw Jeff Metcalf's cousin came with him as well.
And Karmelo is up there.
And Karmelo Anthony is here today. We are just hearing that now. Karmelo Anthony is here today. So a lot of key players are in that courtroom. Also, I saw Drew Anthony, the original lawyer.
The original lawyer was Derek Walpole.
Okay, so what happened to Derek?
This is a very personal thing. I mean, so, and I don't fault anybody for it. In a situation like this, we can only imagine. Very few of us, hopefully, have never going to go down this road or have gone down this road. Mm-hmm. You pick your lawyer. If you're not comfortable with the lawyer you got, and he was public, he was deemed as a public attorney, defendant, whatever you want to call him. Derek Walpole, very well recognized lawyer here in Collin County, no doubt about it. He's on an M1 case right now as I speak, out of town in Texas. But nevertheless, I felt that they got a very good lawyer when they got Derek Walpole. I think Collin County played him fairly. I do. I mean, he's
the current lawyer.
Derek is no more. So Derek lasted a day and a half. Then it went to Mike Howard.
And I heard that Mike Howard is a great attorney to have because he has worked with. Is it the judge before?
Well, they've all worked with Judge Rhodes.
Worked with each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that is kind of what I was hearing from other lawyers who were here 2 days ago. That all of these people who are. As far as the prosecutor, the lawyers involved, they're all very well connected, and that's why these people were hired. Is because they know the personalities of these prosecutors and also the judge, which means that they know how to communicate. So as far as Karmelo Anthony's defense goes, he has a strong defense team, but the question is will his self-defense claim give him any leverage in this case? Because right now we are seeing that tension is building. We're starting to build a narrative. The story is starting to develop, but it's not clear if that self-defense claim is even going to stick as of now.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I want to know who Eddie is because you said you've heard it. I haven't heard it.
You want to know who Eddie is because you, the parents, and the whole community is tight with each other. You want to know who Eddie is. You want to know who's going to come and speak up for and advocate for this black boy. Because evidently, if what Morris Dwayne Turner said he's seen in the Clear video, if that is to be true, then all of these kids are lying, and y'all want to coerce Eddie to act like he never knew, Karmelo Anthony. And we see that every day. He ain't even got to be in the courthouse.
Doesn't mean anything.
I didn't know his name, but
Right.
I've heard that he was under that tent with someone else.
Okay.
I heard that in the early days.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the defense is putting this on. Obviously, what they say, they're going to have to prove it.
They're going to have to prove it.
Right. Because the jury's going, and they're making notes, and they're making a checklist, and they're going to want to go down the checklist as it all unravels.
Now, let's talk a little bit more about just the story that's building here, the narrative that Eddie was under the tent with Karmelo Anthony, and that's kind of the starting point of how this unfolded. Let's talk a little bit about that. If that is the case, how is that going to be significant in this case? Because regardless of if Eddie was there or not, Karmelo Anthony still stabbed Austin Metcalf. So why is that piece important?
I'm not an attorney, and I'm not anything
We're
like.
just commentating
Yeah, I have not a freaking clue.
That Eddie.
He's lying. I can tell this man is lying. This man knows that Ed not only, and we're assuming that this clear version of the video exists where it shows that Karmelo was beat up and all this other stuff. They're afraid that Eddie is going to come and testify and say, yeah, I know Karmelo and Austin and them was beating him up. All these students and all these people are lying, and it's not the truth of what happened at all. So when this man start going off laughing, I don't know what Eddie, he knows the plan. He's down with all of this. This is fixed.
He was under the tent with Karmelo Anthony, and that's kind of the starting point of how this unfolded. Let's talk a little bit about that. If that is the case, how is that going to be significant in this case? Because regardless of if Eddie was there or not, Karmelo Anthony still stabbed Austin Metcalf.
Yeah, but you got to wait for the defense, and I'm pretty sure she hasn't taken into consideration the video that this man alleged to have, and also, again, Eddie can break this whole case. It'll be Eddie, one white boy, against all these people, all these students who have all agreed to push this one narrative, one agenda.
So why is that piece important?
Look
at it. See, he like, because Eddie's not down. Eddie was his friend. God damn, what's going on? And Eddie got to live with the rest of his life knowing that he sat out a trial when he could have saved somebody, or knowing that he would go there lying.
I'm not an attorney, and I'm not anything
We're
like.
just commentating.
Yeah, I have not a freaking clue.
Yeah, but you was already always in the courthouse and all this other shit, man. Anyways, I agree on Deb. She's appealing to him and trying to ask an objective question. Yeah, I like her. I like her. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna figure out how to contact her, ask her to find this man and to clarify that, or maybe the defense already knows and they're going to put on a great job. But again, according to Texas law, if the defense actually had that video, the state would already know it. And what's sense in the state of pushing this narrative that's the complete opposite of what this man has said in the video? I'm going to find him. I'm looking up his information right now. It ain't too hard to find no creditor. He'll be happy somebody want to talk to him with his nasty ass. He was 45 in 2017. So that nigga about 54, 55. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. It's quite a few of them. But I think I think this is him right here. Let me see his date of birth with this information that he docs him. Sorry, I'm doing some investigating. Let me see if this is him. Cause I'm finna contact him. I'm finna be like, bro, let's put this shit to bed today. Okay. Yeah, 72. This him right here. Oh, this nigga a cancer too. Hell no. Okay, I'm finna call him. Lord, give me the strength not to bring up how he done fuck with them people's children. Nah, we definitely gonna check him on that, but we gotta get the information first.
Hello.
Hi, is this Daryl?
No. Yeah, wrong number.
Okay, I was looking for a Morris. Excuse me, Morris. Is this Morris?
Yes, I can help you.
Hey, Morris Dwayne Turner. How you doing? I'm not the police. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm just an investigative journalist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I seen the video of you where you claimed that there was a clear video of what happened between Karmelo and Austin MetCalf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it possible, because like, did you turn it over to the defense team? Because you can really make a big difference in this case. And I want to tell you how important you are to this case with that video. Is it possible for you to send it to me?
Well, actually, the video was at it was at the Frisco ISD. That was a video that we signed up for to go see.
Mm-hmm.
So that video actually is already in the hands of the defense team.
Oh, it's already.
And so we're about to, they already have it. And so we're about to hear that moment and probably see the video because the prosecution is rested.
Yeah.
And so the defense is actually, they should be right now actually starting their case.
Wow. But do you have an actual copy of that video that you can send to me?
No one do, because I'll get one after the fact. But right now, the Texas AG, Ken Paxton, has said that no one can have a copy of it just right now.
Just right now. And you said the mugshot, Karmelo Anthony's original mugshot is where he has webs around his face, his neck. Do they have that as well?
I have that. Yes, I have that part. Now, I can text that to you.
Yeah.
To this number that you're calling me from?
Yeah, text me the original mugshot.
Yeah, I can do that. And I'll text you also the email from Fox News that had the fake one on it as well, that they were trying to get Frisco PD to actually use, and they refused.
Wow, I'm actually going to so Frisco police tried to give who refused to do what?
No.
I'm sorry.
Fox News tried to get Frisco PD to actually run with the fake
storyline,
altered mugshot. Yeah, in the storyline. I have the emails from them to prove it. I did a FOIA request and got the emails. So I have that email, and I'll send you both. I'll text over both of them to you, so that way you can see them. Where they at? Oh, I'll text it over to you, this number.
Yeah, text them to this number, and if it does not go through, you can email it to me as well.
Okay, text me your email.
And my whole thing is, if the state already knows the defense has this evidence, why are they getting the kids to come and lie and say something that's completely different from the video?
Because it's the state of Texas. I'm a lifelong Texan. I was born and raised here.
They're acting like Karmelo was so bad and that he just was a problem. And you're telling me that, first of all, Karmelo, you're telling me that Austin MetCalf, his brother, two of their friends, and about another forum, they was punching and kicking him in this video that you have?
Correct.
That's self-defense. I'd have poked his ass too.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Man, yes. Do me a favor and send me this image. Also, when you send me this image, how many people have you sent this image out to?
I think it may be on one of the social media moments. We put it out on social media ourselves last year and this year, advocating for Karmelo. So it's been out. People haven't really just paid attention to it because they didn't want to. So that's pretty much it. But it is all public information.
Please send it to me. That is absolutely atrocious. And I see they're trying to kick all the black media out of the court because they don't want us to report on the defense side of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, they definitely are. So right now, the defense did ask for a direct dismissal because the prosecution did not prove their case. Judge Roach denied it. So that's probably why they're still in there now. The defense is starting their chief case improper.
I mean, they would have to present that particular video. Also, it's going to be.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, it's important for black media.
That's a big part. Yeah, that's a big part of their moment.
Did you send me that mugshot, the unedited version of it, in the emails too, so that I can confirm that this.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Let me send it right quick. Hold on.
Okay, for sure. This I found Mr. 82 family, whole family tree.
I just sent it to you.
To this, let me see. It didn't come through yet. Can you? I'm gonna hang up the phone. Can you also email it to me just in case because this is like a alternative number.
Okay, let me do that right quick.
Okay, somebody said okay.
All right. I just emailed it to you as well.
All right, and lastly, if you don't mind, can you tell me anything about Eddie, the friend that he was next to, and you also mentioned that there's other cell phone video, in the case, correct?
Yeah, there's Snapchat video, so that should have been saved to his phone as well. There was a young man that was taping it, that was filming it. So part of it we did receive online, which was the 2 minutes before a little segment on Snapchat.
So that's been published?
But the rest of it, they haven't shown it. Yeah, that's been published. That's out there already. And so we've been waiting for someone to get the actual link because they did put it out there, but it was a disappearing link and no one recorded it. So everybody's waiting to see if it comes out again. But it was actually the audio and the actual incident. So we're waiting on that part. But right now, you just have that little young man, Eddie. He is one of the friends of theirs. And from what he said, he was basically implementing Hunter and what we said, that Hunter started it. But all the other witnesses were trying to leave Hunter out of it and just say Austin was the issue.
They're not trying to demonize
him.
Is what
yeah, and then he also said, I believe, that he did not know or talk to Karmelo, but that's false as well.
Is he? I wonder if Eddie's one of the defense witnesses.
I don't know which one he is, but I know one of the witnesses, one of the young black men, said that he didn't know Karmelo or talk to him, but that day they actually have people that said he was talking to Karmelo and he didn't know him.
Yeah, but they're not saying that in the court of law. That's where shit is getting fucked up at.
Well, I don't know what the testimony was yet until the people come out the courtroom on that young man, but we got a brief synopsis of what it was. And so now we're just waiting for those moments to come. so we can see exactly what they are and what the actual details are. So he's still running court right now.
Okay, are you
So that
outside
means
the
the
court right
defense
now?
is actually starting theirs. Yeah, I'm outside the court. I've been outside the court since Wednesday.
I appreciate you so much for your time and for your effort and stuff. If I ever go live on YouTube and I won't have any comments about this video and how they played that in court or what the atmosphere is out there, can I call you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because I'm getting updates from inside the court. I just stay outside so we can support everybody. But we do get updates. So yes, you can definitely hit me up.
All right, bet. I appreciate you. Your text message nor your email has not come through as of yet, but
Oh, it hasn't?
No, it hasn't.
Oh, probably because I'm on the phone. So as soon as we get off of the phone, pop in.
Same. All right, brother.
All right, take care.
Yeah. And that's how you do investigative journalism. We got people outside the court. We got people in the court. Somebody said, I'm still hollering, I'm not the police. You supposed to say that. You calling the nigga asking them for their first and last name and they on the register list too. Are you crazy? You ever heard the statement, quit knocking on my goddamn door like you the police? Don't be calling my fucking phone like you the police. That's not out. I think they have wiped that from the net. Like they did Cardi B leak call. Wow. They didn't wipe that from the net. But I'm pretty sure the defense hasn't. I'm pretty sure. So, y'all, I'm waiting for this information to come through. And from what Daryl told me is that the Frisco Police Department refused to go along with a narrative that was pushed by the mainstream media. And we discovered way back in that video where Hunter Metcalf and his mother did an interview with the Fox News anchor. That news anchor specifically said out of his own mouth that he has friends that is connected to the Metcalfs, okay? Thank you, Kiki. Yeah, please get the likes up. Share the video on y'all community wall. Come on, you know they like me in drama. They borrow my name in drama spaces, so they missing out on all of this exclusivity and all this good content. I do whatever I do good. But here's how the mainstream media has been portraying it thus far. I'm going to play this while I take a leak.
Now from Fox, it's great to be with you on this Friday evening here. We're going to stay in Texas for our next story as the courtroom on the second day of testimony in the Karmelo Anthony trial has adjourned. The former Frisco Independent School District student is accused of fatally stabbing another student at a high school track meet. Karmelo Anthony faces a murder charge in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Police say Anthony and Metcalf got into an argument over seating in the stadium stands on April 2nd, 2025, which escalated when Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest with a pocket knife. Here to break it all down for us, day 2 in the courtroom, Fox 4's Amelia Jones. Amelia, what can you tell us?
Hi there, Alex. The prosecution called multiple students to testify during the afternoon session of court. Those students were there at the track meet that day. They were either under the Memorial High School tent or nearby. Now, many of these students are minors, so this was really difficult for them to describe and relive what happened. Many of the students also interviewed with police detectives for the initial investigation, and the defense brought those police transcripts of those interviews up multiple times during cross-examination. Friday afternoon's testimony consisted of students recalling what they saw and heard at the track meet last April. Most of the students are minors, under the age of 17, so their names cannot be shared. Much of the teenagers' testimony was consistent. A few described seeing Anthony, a Centennial student, say hi to a student under the memorial tent and sit by him. They testified that 17-year-old Austin Metcalf verbally told Karmelo Anthony, 17 at the time, to leave the memorial tent multiple times. They also testified that Anthony did not move and kept his hand inside his backpack. Multiple witnesses told the court they heard Anthony say, "Touch me and see what happens." The description of the physical altercation between Metcalf and Anthony differed between witnesses. Some witnesses demonstrated to the jury they saw Metcalf use one hand. Others testified they saw Metcalf use both hands when he touched Anthony. Some used lighter terms such as nudge and touch. Others used grab and shove to describe the force behind the physical confrontation.
It's not unreasonable that these teenagers would have differing views. They were probably all in fight or flight and having trouble, processing what happened at that time.
Allison Richardson is a principal trial consultant, not involved in the case. She says the jurors are going to consider what a reasonable person would do in the situation. But the testimony from the students is something the prosecution could bring up again in closing arguments.
There's no doubt in my mind the prosecution will address this testimony because it's vital in considering whether or not he acted in self-defense or not.
In cross-examination of the witnesses, Anthony's defense team asked the teenagers to indicate their location on a diagram of the bleachers at Kirkendall Stadium, then indicate where MetCalf and Anthony were. The defense honed in on the physical comparison between MetCalf and Anthony. One witness testified MetCalf had, quote, 50 to 60 pounds on Anthony.
But we don't know the other side of the story yet. And what these jurors have agreed to do is to listen to both sides of the story. And so we may see some surprises in that testimony next when the defense opens, and we may not.
Friday morning, the jury watched multiple police body camera videos. Frisco ISD school resource officer Eduardo Cortez took the stand and testified he was the one who took Anthony into custody. The jury watched his body camera video that showed Cortez radio to dispatch that he had, quote, the alleged suspect in custody. Then you hear Anthony on the video tell Cortez, "I'm not alleged, I did it." Anthony appeared to get emotional in the body camera video and goes on to say, "He put his hands on me. I told him not to." The jury was also shown pictures of the knife used in the stabbing. It was found 3 to 4 rows from the crime scene tape in between some bleachers. But the most gut-wrenching moment was when the jury saw another police officer's body camera video that captured first responders doing CPR on MetCalf at the bottom of the bleachers. Calf's twin brother, Hunter, is seen sobbing on the ground of the track field. He's heard on one of the body camera videos yelling, "That's my best friend, that's my brother." A very difficult and emotional moment for those in the court, especially MetCalf's family. The prosecution ended each testimony of the students with a similar set of questions. Did the witness believe the stabbing was self-defense? Did Austin Metcalf look like he wanted to fight? And who was the aggressor? From my notes in court today, the witnesses were consistent in their answers. They testified that they did not believe the stabbing was self-defense. They did not believe Metcalf wanted to fight, and they identified Anthony as the aggressor. Court will resume tomorrow. Testimony is set to begin at 9 a.m. Back to you.
Amelia Jones with Fox 4 Dallas. We appreciate your reporting as always. In this case, there are no cameras in the courtroom, so these reporters have really served as the eyes and the ears in this case. At this point here on Live Now from Fox, we do want to bring on some expert voices into this. Let's bring on defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal to discuss what happened in the courtroom today. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for joining us here on Live Now.
Thank you for having me.
So we know that today Metcalf's teammates testified in the courtroom. How did they describe the moments leading up to the stabbing?
You heard a really consistent story. I think we heard from roughly 6 witnesses who were there under the tent. And functionally, Karmelo Anthony comes underneath the tent. It was there was a lot of rain that day. And so there had been a delay. Karmelo Anthony comes and takes a seat. He greets a friend, is sitting with the friend, by all accounts, not doing anything, not bothering anybody. And he was asked to leave multiple times. It was not his team's tent. The coach had instructed the other team members, that we're not going to let anybody else sit under here. And everybody's testimony was consistent that Austin Metcalf sort of took exception to it. There were varying accounts of how Austin Metcalf approached Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony was sitting down at all times. Nobody testified really any differently, at least until after the stabbing, and there was a lot of testimony that Karmelo Anthony had his hand in a bag and was essentially threatening and saying, if you touch me and you'll find out. And there was some discussion too about whether or not he had something in the bag. One witness testified that he thought that there might be something in the bag and told Austin Metcalf to leave Anthony alone. But most people said they didn't believe anything was in there. In fact, one person testified that Austin Metcalf said, "This is Briscoe, and so I know you're not carrying anything in there." Then the testimony, again, varied just like the reporter said, varying accounts of how Austin Metcalf made contact with Karmelo Anthony. It was described as a push, as a shove, kind of a linebacker drill, if you will, where one player pushes the dummy, the tackle dummy, sort of up and out. So there were varying degrees of force from what it sounds like. But Austin Metcalf, everybody agreed, was standing. Karmelo Anthony was sitting, and then Karmelo Anthony reacted by stabbing Austin Metcalf.
And we've known that defense is trying to argue that Anthony was acting in self-defense. Describe to us the approach from the defense attorneys trying to argue this during cross-examination today.
I think the prosecution scored a lot of emotional victories today, but in doing so, they left themselves, I think, really vulnerable to a lot of legal attack. And you can see the defense sort of, they care about what they care about and they don't care about what they don't care about. We saw a knife. We saw the knife that was recovered and there's blood on the knife. But we're not debating how much blood was on the knife because it doesn't really matter when you're talking about self-defense. So the defense was very particular in setting up where was Austin Metcalf, where was he standing, where was he going, was he standing, was Karmelo Anthony sitting. They're trying to make the danger that Karmelo Anthony was facing real. That's their entire challenge here. At one point, they sort of demonstrated through a law enforcement school resource officer. What they did was they asked, can hands be a deadly weapon? Can hands cause serious bodily injury? Elevating the danger through just an assault. And the police officer had to agree with them. So they're able to sort of keep their trial theory intact. That's what you try to do in a case that's sort of where the facts are really so confined, where everybody sort of testifies about the same.
And Fox 4 Dallas did write that the defense team is seemingly trying to point out some inconsistencies between the testimony in the courtroom today and previous statements that some of the witnesses have given to police. But I do want to move on here to some other witness testimony that we have not touched on quite yet. Of course, Jeremy, there is no cameras in the courtroom, so the folks sitting in the courtroom for us are really the eyes and the ears in this case, what happens with these legal proceedings. Jeremy, jurors watched body camera video of Anthony's arrest. What stood out to you in that video and as the officer who arrested Anthony testified?
The main debate when it came to the arrest video was Karmelo Anthony's emotional state. And that has a direct correlation because there's probably going to be a debate in this case between manslaughter, unintentional murder, or first-degree murder. So Karmelo Anthony's excitement, his state of mind, I think is really, really important. And what we saw on the video was that it really varied. At one point at the very beginning of the video with the officer, you can hear Karmelo Anthony almost sort of hysterically say, "He touched me." And so he was really kind of in a panic state. This would be maybe less than a minute after the stabbing that the officer actually made contact with him. And so the prosecution tried to point out that his affect might have been sort of flatter, somewhat quickly thereafter, more flat while he was in the squad car. So sort of the game within the game when it came to his to that particular piece of video was sort of the defense trying to show that, look, he was really hysterical before. He asked, was this guy okay? And then he was still hysterical in the car. The prosecution did their best to try to flatten that out and sort of make it sort of less emotional, right? But again, that all sort of relates to the charge of manslaughter as compared to a first-degree homicide case. We don't pay as much attention to that. We're all paying attention to the self-defense charge, but that was sort of the main takeaway from that initial video.
And Jeremy, you've talked quite a bit about the emotion that jurors are seeing from some of this video and some of this evidence from that day in 2025. But I'm curious about today and yesterday. What has Anthony's demeanor been like in the courtroom?
There's not been a lot of emotion there from him. I think he's been coached probably pretty well. He's wearing a suit that looks sharp on him. He's been very well composed. There's not been a whole lot of emotion during the time when some of the video was playing that showed Austin Metcalf receiving CPR. Some very dramatic video. His hands were kind of up, and his lawyers were consoling him. His hair is not the same as it was in his mugshot. So the defense has been very careful to sort of manicure his appearance.
And just a couple of moments ago, you briefly mentioned that pocket knife, images of that shown to jurors, that weapon recovered at the scene. Talk to us a little bit more about that evidence. What did everyone see in the courtroom today?
That was a very interesting point. So it's a folding knife, and it's about 3.5 inches long. It's perfectly legal in the state of Texas, although it was not authorized to go into the stadium. The stadium prohibits really any type of knife like that. And what was interesting about it was that it was recovered in a folded position. That knife, the folding knife, has an option to either lock out or it can be folded in. And it was recovered really kind of at a 45-degree angle, if you will. He discarded it as he was leaving. He threw it, and it was raining pretty heavily, so a lot of the blood had already washed off of it. But when they recovered it, the prosecution sort of pointed out that it was sort of folded. My impression of it, and some of the other people in the courtroom, our sort of impression was that it may actually help a self-defense charge or a manslaughter charge, because that would show that Mr. Anthony didn't have it locked out, that he didn't have it necessarily locked out in time to use it. In other words, he wasn't premeditating this, and that this might have been reactive. Maybe he was fumbling for the knife at the time that he used it. Maybe the knife wasn't in full lock position when the stabbing occurred. He also had a bit of a nick, if you will, on one of his fingers, that there was some blood that was trickling out, and we saw some photographs of that. So the recovery of the knife really brought an interesting point in. And candidly, I think it probably helped the defense a lot more than it helped the prosecution.
Yeah, evidence that we will certainly continue to follow and get your analysis on. Jeremy, my last question for you. Race and fairness has been a major part of this trial. What did you hear about racial dynamics today, either in the courtroom or even outside of the courtroom?
Well, it's a very different scene, to be sure. I've been practicing Collin County, Texas for 20 years plus now, and I don't know that I've seen an environment quite like this. And the security measures are extremely tight to get our seat in the courtroom. I had to be there at 5:30 in the morning. So that part of it is very manicured. That said, there were certain pieces of testimony that when they came out, you heard an audible gasp from African-American jurors. There was one moment where one of the witnesses testified that, he thinks that Frisco is a perfectly safe place and he can't see why anybody would need a knife or something like that. And that drew an audible gasp from a lot of the Karmelo Anthony family. So you have a little bit of that. Now, I will say this. The prosecution called 4 witnesses They called 6 overall students. 4 of those witnesses were African Americans. 4 students testified that were African Americans. I don't know if that was intentional or unintentional. The prosecution did address in open court the race issue through one of the witnesses. If there's an issue here, if as a lawyer I have any concerns, day one of the trial, several days ago, there were 3 challenges for under what's called Batson versus Kentucky. That's the case that says that you cannot exclude a juror because of race. When you challenge another lawyer on that, that's just, there's just no nice way to put it. That's a middle finger to another lawyer when you make a Batson challenge against them. That's a very serious charge that you're essentially taking racist actions in the courtroom. The judge overruled those objections, but you have a jury that is diverse. However, there are no African Americans on that jury. And if I have a concern about the public perception of the proceedings, it's that I'm concerned that I'm concerned that some folks might undermine the outcome regardless of what it is at this point for that reason alone. But race is really certainly at the forefront, I think, of a lot of people's minds when it comes to this case.
We've certainly covered a lot of ground here. I'm sure you have a very full notebook, as I mentioned before, no cameras in the courtroom. So we really do appreciate you coming on the show. Before we end, is there anything else that piqued your interest today in the courtroom that you think we missed and you'd like to share with our audience?
The prosecution still is on direct examination, and they're doing an effective job. I think they're very polished in their approach with a lot of these witnesses. We're sort of getting to the point of redundancy with a lot of these witnesses. They're really all sort of saying the same thing or close to it. If somebody says something that's out of step, the jury sort of sees that. And the defense, lawyers a lot of times are just afraid not to call every witness that they can possibly call and to give as thorough a cross-examination as they can possibly give. But I think what happened out there, I think, is certainly congealed for the jury. So the further and further you get into these trials, the more and more, or the less and less likely it is that some surprise testimony comes out that really changes perceptions. Karmelo Anthony is almost certainly going to testify in this case. That's going to be the make or break day. But yeah, it's fascinating stuff. And again, my takeaway today was that I think the prosecution won a lot of emotional victories, but they left a lot of doors open for the defense strategically.
All right. Defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal, we appreciate you coming on the show with your insight and analysis. You are sitting in the courtroom. You have a seat in that courtroom, so you are helping us be our eyes and ears in this case. We appreciate you.
So, yeah, I got on the phone, and there's a lot of things about this case that's definitely going to be coming to the light. And it's happening right now simultaneously, and we're just waiting for an update. Just waiting for an update. Day 3 of testimony. Another teen is testifying in the Karmelo Anthony trial this morning. What is your impression? Karmelo Anthony was trying to provoke Austin MetCalf? Yes. What did Karmelo say? He says he wasn't leaving and says a profanity. What did Karmelo do? He was starting to get more aggressive. What does he say next? F you all, I'm not going to leave. Y'all a bunch of pussies. Did Austin respond to being provoked? He put his hands on his shoulder. Was Karmelo acting in self-defense? No, that's lethal force against non-lethal force. This is the picture that the mainstream media and stuff put out, and this is not the actual picture. The actual photo shows webs on his neck, abuse on his eye, and according to my source, that photo was showed because the defense right now is putting on their case. When that photo was actually showed and blown up, they recognized and realized that this was not just somebody putting some hands on somebody's shoulders and underneath them. I also got word and information that Hunter MetCalf stayed home during this entire trial. The police body camera footage and stuff is giving Hunter MetCalf the sympathy card, but Hunter MetCalf was apparently involved and actually started the conflict with Karmelo. His brother is the one who paid the consequences. In that video up underneath the tent that's clear as day, multiple people in Frisco County have seen it. Frisco County was presented with information in an alternative narrative with Fox News, and they told Frisco County to go along with it, and Frisco said that they're not going to do that. Okay? So Fox News has been solely responsible for, first of all, Fox News, the anchor that interviewed the Metcalfs has a relationship with them. He admitted that himself. The judge, David Roach, there was photos floating around the internet showing David Roach and the Metcalfs at a Christmas party together. And when people complained, he, not only that, but then when the Metcalfs first published their GoFundMe, Judge Roach shared their GoFundMe on his Facebook page. And then there's photos of him together with the Metcalfs at Christmas parties. And he put his page on private. And then he also issued an order refusing to recuse himself from the case and also refuse to change venues. So this is all the misconduct that happened in this case. And this is exactly why we have not seen this case. And it was in their best bet to make it private. Just like it was in Hunter's best bet to stay home and not testify because, someone said this is a mistrial. According to my source says that the defense, before they put on their case, they asked for the case to be dismissed and the judge denied it. So to me, I feel like Karmelo Anthony's life is very much in danger with an all-white jury, with a judge who knows these people personally, don't want to recuse himself from the case. And also, if he's convicted and get in the hands of the police, and I don't think they're going to be able to really fight this case. I think Karmelo's life is very much in danger, and they're using this case to start a civil war in America. That's what I believe. Because if the facts are the facts, that is that he was beat up, and look how little he is. You know, he ain't even that much taller than the women around him. So he is about 5. Queen Sheba Darling says he's between 5'7" and 5'9", which puts him dead at 5'8", and very small. So, and they're definitely demonizing him. And the state put on the case, and the defense has put on another case, another side of it. Alex Rosen tweeted, he said he just found out his friend anonymously gave Karmelo Anthony money for his GoFundMe and decided to disassociate with them. We don't care at all. A lot of people in Texas know the truth. The locals who I've been speaking with, like the people outside of the court, the black people, they actually were able to see the video when they made it public with FDIC. Let me see that particular day. FDIC. They were able to see the actual video, and of course, and of course, the defense has this video that Dwayne explained that showed this attack and what would tell that is self-defense, okay? So yeah, Hunter MetCalf not showing up to the case was definitely suspect to me, even though inside the building he was able to get the public sympathy. Frisco Independent School District has released surveillance footage. Let me see if they released this footage. It was like a private viewing of the actual footage, the clear camera view, and the defense has that video. Camera captures distant. Okay, yeah, this whole narrative that they captured distance view. Apparently, there's another camera angle that is actually focused on there. You don't have to, it's all a part of a narrative. Talking about all of a sudden movement is seen underneath the tent. Nah, they have closer cameras. They have cameras all throughout those bleachers. not from way over here. No. So yeah, we are gonna see what's happening. Let me see if there's any updates specifically. Let's not talk about Chud the Builder right now. I was sitting here eating my shrimp, y'all. Yeah, look, Fox News.
Witnesses also said that 17-year-old Austin MetCalf repeatedly asked Anthony, who he didn't know, to leave. One student testified that Anthony was asked to leave roughly 15 times. Prosecutors say the confrontation escalated when Anthony pulled out a 5-inch folding knife from his backpack and stabbed MetCalf in the chest. Jurors were shown grainy surveillance footage that appeared to show this physical confrontation just lasted a matter of seconds. Anthony has pleaded not guilty to murder. His attorneys argue that he acted in self-defense and out of fear. Now, one of the key exchanges today came from an 18-year-old track athlete who knew both Anthony and MetCalf. Let's bring you to that back and forth. The prosecutor asks, was Austin starting to get mad? The witness says he was getting defensive. Someone we didn't know was in the tent. He's always leading. He's always protecting us. Prosecutor asks, after that, Karmelo said, you will have to move me. Austin put his hand on his back. I saw Karmelo's hand go in the backpack. We're at a track meet. I wouldn't expect anything to be in there. Karmelo said, touch me. You'll have to move me and find out, trying to provoke him. Then what happens? The teen witness says Austin put his hands on him and then falls back. The prosecutor asks, how was Austin trying to move him? The witness replies, it was him trying to move him off his seat, a soft shove. What did Austin do? The witness then said, I see a hole in his chest and blood. He starts screaming for help. We're told from reporters inside the courtroom, meanwhile, that the medical examiner is testifying right now. MetCalf's family has stepped outside the courtroom so that they don't have to hear this. Meanwhile, Anthony, who is charged with murder, faces up to life in prison if he is convicted, John.
Brooke Taylor reporting from Texas. Brooke, thank you.
And yeah, all white jury, everybody on that jury is connected to each other. This is a fix. Karmelo Anthony is getting hammered by witnesses in court. The state has rested in the Karmelo Anthony trial after calling only 21 witnesses only. They were expected to call 35. Hunter MetCalf, Austin's twin brother, never took the stand. And they're going to say, oh, I didn't take the stand because it was so hard and I didn't want to. No. Yeah, so they're painting it as unalignment. They got these kids over here lying and shit.
Several track and field teammates of Austin MetCalf testified as witnesses during the Karmelo Anthony murder trial. Those who were under the tent at Kirkendall Stadium on April 2, 2025, described the scene before, during, and after the fatal stabbing. A 17-year-old testified, I remember people confronting Karmelo and saying, you shouldn't be here. You probably should leave our tent. I also said you should leave. Prosecutor, was it aggressive? I don't think so. I remember it getting more aggressive. I remember Karmelo refusing to leave and Austin saying, you need to leave, and Karmelo saying, touch me and find out. That student and others say the defendant was asked to leave as many as 15 times. Prosecutors asked him, did anyone try to gang up on him? His answer, no, sir. How long did this go on? Roughly 2 minutes. Was Karmelo angry? Yes, sir. Was Austin angry? Yes, sir. Karmelo started refusing to leave. Prosecutors, who was provoking? Karmelo. Austin leans in to push him and Karmelo stabs him. Karmelo had his hands inside a backpack and we thought it was a bluff. He says he and others didn't believe Karmelo would do anything because they live in a, quote, safe community. Austin fell down the bleachers onto his back and he got up. He lifted up his shirt where his chest was all bloody and he said, I think I got stabbed. Prosecutor, did he say anything? I think he said, oh my God. Another student, Jalen Matthews, backed up the state's case when prosecutors asked him, did it look like Austin was trying to pick a fight? His answer, no, sir. Did it look like Karmelo Anthony was trying to pick a fight? Yes, sir. Did this look like self-defense to you? No, sir. Was Karmelo Anthony the aggressor? Witness, yes, sir.
That's a shame if they got these children telling lies on this boy. We seen her earlier.
Now she must go. If I just kicked her, I would have been in jail right now. Don't agitate me, because I'm really not going to. Okay, come across the street. You can either beat me. I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. It's going to end up with you.
Are you guys seeing this?
Child. Well, they say them European honeybees and them African ones was never supposed to mix. Oh, here's a clear scenario
I can tell,
of what people believe actually happened in this situation.
Hey, you're a very personable guy. I can tell, talking to you right now, you're a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
And you're no matter what you do, even if God forbid this doesn't work out, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
that means a lot.
Alright, so let's say we are gonna watch one of your videos tonight. What would it be? Give me one.
What you say, bro?
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
To the right, maybe. A little more to the right. See the TV at least.
Nah. Yeah, this is our tailgate, so a little more to the right so I can see the fucking TV.
Oh shit! Hey, bro, you don't gotta talk to him like that, bro. He didn't.
I'm just saying, maybe. Hey, can you just move, bro? Please.
No, hey, bro, it's okay. Just move.
He doesn't mean like.
It's okay, move, but
I don't mean to be a.
But I know, but you have to talk to him like that, bro. I'm saying this my guy though, bro. Like, no, bro. You cursed at him and stuff, bro.
Hey, we're good.
All you had to say was, hey, bro, can you please move? It's just respect, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. He don't mean it like that.
Is he drunk? Is he drunk?
I don't know, but maybe.
I just don't like disrespect, bro. He can talk to me like that. Don't talk to him like that. He just doing his job.
Hey, we're good. Hey,
let's just respect each other, bro. For sure.
I'm not trying to be. No, yeah.
You cussed at him, bro.
Bro, he's in the fucking way the TV is my tailgate. I can see him.
He didn't have to cuss at him though, bro. He's not a child, bro.
Whoa, what's the problem? Hey, back up. What's the problem?
No, he just cussed him out, bro. And I was like,
he said y'all get up. He asked you to get up. Hey, what's the problem?
Is he drunk? Because if he's drunk, then it's okay.
What's the problem?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
No, nobody was arguing with him or nothing. He just cursed at him like he was a child. And I was like, hey, bro, you don't disrespect everybody, you know?
Hey, it's trying to gaslight. It's trying to.
No, I'm just explaining to you what happened.
Okay.
For sure.
Appreciate it. Good. Have a good night.
For sure.
I'm saying they don't like you. They don't want you around. They don't at all. That's fucked up. It's like crazy white people are. What the fuck? And this is how children behave when they swarm black people. And you think Karmelo was wrong for fearing for his life. Another scenario. He was out there making monkey noises. Even the police against one person. That's embarrassing. Damn, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that's embarrassing, bro.
Just about an hour ago in the trial of Kaysen Allison, we know a lot of you have been following this very closely. Allison was accused of fatally stabbing Joe Ramirez at Belton High School back in 2022. After several hours of deliberation, the jury found Allison not guilty of murder in the death of Ramirez, but guilty of criminally negligent homicide. News 10's Isabella Quintanilla is joining us now live from outside the Bell County Justice Center, where she has been following this trial since last week. Isabella, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Julie. It has been a long couple of days with the jurors deliberating for nearly 11 hours in total, and many people anxiously awaited the verdict. And as you can imagine, emotions were extremely high as they waited. Even before the jury came in, the entire courtroom was tense, with people on both sides of the court looking both nervous and already getting emotional. As the deputy read the verdict to the defense, there were gasps of shock and relief from both sides. And when walking out, the anger and frustration among Joe Ramirez's family and friends was clear, with one person throwing a water bottle against a wall and another screaming as they walked out of the building. We did hear from Allison's defense attorney, Zachary Boyd, who says this was a hard case, but that they're relieved by the outcome.
This case has been accompanied with threats against Case and Allison, against Case and Allison's family, against the defense team. You felt that tension in the courtroom. We have continually requested people to keep an eye out, people to investigate, and I'm just thankful that the Bell County Sheriff's Office has taken it so seriously and taken everyone's safety seriously. Kaysen's family, the juries.
Allison has been released under his bond conditions, which will stay in place until his sentencing hearing on June 16th. Now, depending on what Judge Falconer decides, Allison could face 6 months to 2 years in a state jail.
Wow.
Reporting live in Belton, Isabella Quintanilla.
Yeah, this white boy took a knife to school and stabbed this Hispanic boy. Got found not guilty on the big charges, but found guilty on the lesser charges, up to 2 years in jail. What state was this in, first of all? What state was this? I'm trying to figure out what state this is. Is it Carson? Case what state? Bell County. Oh, Bell County jail. I thought it said Bell Glaze. Oh, it's in Texas. It's in Texas too. So you got 2 states, 2 strikingly similar situations. I mean, but I'm pretty sure the witnesses and stuff that stepped forward, they looked at his size. They looked at both of them are the same size, by the way. Are we going to be seeing Karmelo getting this much time versus this white boy doing the same thing, getting less time? Simply because of the color of his skin? They're trying to make it look like it wasn't even a mutual combat. They're just, Austin, hey, can you please move? Nope. You know? Key witnesses challenge a self-defense claim. All right, let me see if some of the YouTubers out there. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Clearly, you guys are not getting a show. I'm focused on this case right now. I think it's very important too. That was 2 days ago. And I'm glad I did not delete that video. I'm so glad I didn't delete it when I uploaded it. Queen Sheba Darling. Let me see if she's live. Talk about Mortel Holton. Definitely got a coin up for that video. I ain't mad at you. So we know they're in the court right now. I wanna be here while we do this. When they come out of the court, I need daily and consistent updates from Sarah Field. I'm following all of them. I don't give a fuck if they're racist or not. Okay, so Karmelo Anthony's attorneys, they called their first witness. Look who on my screen. She ain't no different than Terrence Jackson.
At night, I am here on Saturday's session of court at the Collins County Courthouse. I made it inside the court again for the 5th day of trial. It is a lot going on. The star witness, he seems to be the main one that egged this whole thing on. We are going to get into it right now. I didn't really get much sleep yesterday. Yesterday was so long of a day. Like, it was a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff I still haven't talked about yet that I will fill you guys in on eventually. But there have been safety concerns, and I just wanted to make sure y'all are aware of individuals who are trying to specifically target any at night. I am here on Saturdays.
Okay, so Karmelo Anthony defense attorneys called their first witness, San Antonio High School football and track coach Adam Linwood, and takes a stand. He's not aware of any policies of track athletes not being allowed to go onto other teams' area. Like, anybody that plays sports know that it was cap. The state has not rested his case. Defense is up. Like I said, this was early on too. His dumbass brother got on the news and said as much.
They said you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack. They said you need to move. And he's like, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack.
Right. See, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Spanish nationalists released a video showing their outrage at the way the Southampton police arrested Henry Norwalk after he was stabbed. White Lives Matter. What the fuck? So they got all kind of Antifa movements.
Hace una semana hemos podido ver el vídeo de la vergüenza. El vídeo en el que un
Damn, not the Spanish people out there, bitch. Ooh. I'm gonna sit right here and see if I can make some money off of y'all wasting y'all time, y'all breath, y'all energy. Who gonna die about it? We ready. Y'all remember that shit at the protests in New York City? Filming and captured, but fuck. Now black folks playing with Chinese people food, calling the hotline and shit. I hope Texas is ready for the massive chimp out that is going to happen after Karmelo Anthony is found guilty. Maybe y'all gonna be chimping out. Who knows? I don't know. New surveillance video released during the trial. Yeah, they really trying to push a narrative. We gonna see. Riding to ones previously punished, who would have avoided as well. Yeah, and this whole theory that Karmelo was suspended from school and barred from school events. The state can't introduce that unless he decides to testify on his own behalf. It's almost like the same shit with Hunter MetCalf. People already got their mind made up. Guilty. Oh, he killed one of these white assholes that act like Nate from Euphoria. Breaking the state. Okay, cool. If Karmelo didn't bring a knife to the track meet for no reason, he would still be here. No cause, damning new testimony in the Karmelo Anthony unalignment trial seal to state the teammate was sitting right next to the one team's witness.
Witnesses testifying against them. Some of them are black, saying exactly what happened when.
Yeah, some of them are black. Pause. Oh yeah, I get to talk about black people for our benefit, so let's keep it positive, even though I'm racist too.
Murder trial in Texas ongoing right now. The black teen who now has multiple witnesses testifying against them. Some of them are black,
Pause.
saying exactly what happened when Karmelo Anthony stabbed to death young Austin Metcalf at a track meet. The murder weapon was shown to the court. Karmelo Anthony fidgeting for good reason in court as heartbreaking video shows victim's twin brother react to the fatal stabbing. They have the body camera footage now that has been released. I'm quite upset that they don't have this trial televised. It would be great. It'd be healing for the country if you could see televised trial like this. And like every trial, I wish every trial like this would be televised so that people could see the testimony and they could witness the evidence and it could all be put to rest, right? There are still people that are big time pro Karmelo Anthony. They're racially tribalized, bloodthirsty sociopaths who should be deported, that want a race war is what they want. Oh boy. Careful what you wish for. Austin Metcalf's twin brother could be heard desperately sobbing and screaming as the body cam footage was played to the court. Harrowing body cam footage after his brother was fatally stabbed by Karmelo Anthony. Holy God, Hunter Metcalf said through tears, praying and crying, "He's my best friend. He's my brother. Hurry up." The heartbreaking moment unfolded as medics and bystanders crowded around the bloodied body of Austin in an attempt to revive him in CPR. And the video was shown to the jurors the day of the murder trial, but it's not just that. Anthony, now 19, sat in the Collin County courtroom in McKinney, Texas, fidgeting, touching his lip and averting his eyes during the particularly graphic moments. At one point, he rubbed his eyes and his lawyer tapped him on the shoulder, effectively saying, like, get your act, sit up straight, right? The jury was shown the weapon used to kill Austin Metcalf. The photo was of a 5-inch folding knife with blood on it. The police officer testified after he found the murder weapon, Anthony had tossed into the bushes. So he tried to hide the murder weapon and then he ran away. The knife was found 3 to 4 rows from where the crime took place. It was located in his backpack. Why did you have a folding knife that was unfolded and ready to stab in your backpack? When Karmelo Anthony heard Cortez say that he was the alleged suspect over the police scanner, Anthony voluntarily says, "I'm not alleged. I did it. He put his hands on me. I told him not to." This is, again, precisely the kind of thing that we are fighting here in this country, which is the ghettoization and urbanization of our criminal justice system. If you go into the wrong street, if you walk down the wrong neighborhood, then you'll get killed just for looking at somebody the wrong way. That's not American justice system. That needs to be put down. Body camera footage being played in court. Austin Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter, is heard saying, "Oh God," crying and praying out loud. It's excruciating for people to watch. So here's what the witnesses say. And this is where you really get cooked. And where Karmelo Anthony's case is over. The judge told media not to identify the current witness. He's a minor. The witness says Karmelo Anthony was asked at least 15 times to leave the tent. He was from a different school. It was pouring rain. He needed to get out of the tent. He refused to leave. The teen says nobody ganged up on Karmelo Anthony. Witnesses said that Karmelo was provoking Austin. He said Austin Metcalf pushed Karmelo, but it wasn't a hard push. Karmelo pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the chest. He tossed the weapon and ran off. And they played the 911 call. Anthony went into a tent where he didn't belong. He was told 15 times to leave. He pulled out a knife and stabbed someone to death. Not only is he clearly guilty, but the self-defense claim is a farce. You should disbar the lawyers that are trying to bring it. He should be facing the death penalty, first-degree murder. We'll talk about that in just one second. You're in a tent that has a lot of people witnessing.
I ain't doing no homework at all. And, you know, they get them all the views and all the clicks and shit. Push the narratives and stuff. Why? Because if you're white, it must be right, right? Shit in the dog, boy. If what Morris said happened, I'd have poked that motherfucker up too.
What's about to happen? Another unidentified teammate testifying. Young teen, he's black, and he says that Karmelo Anthony was shoved by Austin Metcalf, but it wasn't a big shove. He said Austin's shove was so light that Karmelo didn't even touch him.
Stop lying.
They were sitting next to each other. Karmelo reached into his book bag and he said, "This is Frisco. You don't have anything in there." The teen adds that he believes that Karmelo was looking to pick a fight, not Austin. We've now found out that Karmelo Anthony was regularly a violent student. He had been suspended for violence at school.
Where do you get that information from? You ain't fact checking none. I'll sue the shit out of your ugly ass.
Poor parenting, poor fatherhood. Plenty of photos of him online with drug paraphernalia, with firearms, in gangland wear and outfits. And the kid had brain rot. The kid had ghetto, urbanite, black culture brain rot. That's what was going on here. And in that culture, and you know this is true, if you feel disrespected, that's a death penalty. Depending on where you are, like that's a death penalty. Listen to any rap song. This is corrosive. It's demonic. It's evil. It's antithetical to Western civilization. It must be crushed here. Karmelo Anthony should get the death sentence. He won't, but we're going to talk about why in just a second. The people that are protesting outside in favor of Karmelo Anthony are showing exactly what we are fighting here. The woman in this video says she's going to stand by Karmelo regardless of evidence because he's black. You can see it. She came to the murder trial with her own alcohol, and she just wants to support a black person who killed a white person. This insane homicidal racial tribalism, it's not the exception to the rule or some kind of aberration. It's why black jurors are overwhelmingly more likely to acquit black defendants. It's a real problem in this country.
I don't know who he is.
So the body cam.
But you just, like, nigga, you just got to set up in a screen. Benny show. I would never watch you. Look at the shape of your motherfucking head, first of all, bitch.
Camera footage had been shown. The lifeless body on the ground. It was totally devastating. We were shown the knife. The blood was visible. Extremely emotional. And we had witnesses say that Karmelo Anthony was the perpetrator, the aggressor, and somebody who was fighting. You know, a little shove isn't a death sentence. If you're making a self-defense argument, the self-defense argument needs to be they were trying to kill me. Not that they disrespected me or embarrassed me or that I'm some type of suicidal brain rot kid.
5'8", 130 versus 6'2", 240, 225. Yeah, and then plus your brother who is the same. Cause Hunter's big and sloppy. Hunter's big and sloppy and lazy. You know, and they keep on showing you these pictures of them when they was younger. So if Hunter was big and sloppy and lazy and a poor athlete, I'm pretty sure his brother was just as dumb as him too. Plus they friends, them big ass. Come on, get out of here. You can't sit up here and look at them photos of Austin Metcalf from years ago that they're publishing like that. That's how he looked when he died. When his brother looked like a big ass couch potato.
That has anger issues and violence issues because of my family, and therefore I'm just going to kill anybody who disrespects me. That's not
him. Like this dude. Just looking at him, he looked pathetic. Okay, he looked like so many niggas that slapped the shit out of him. It's a shame. I guarantee this nigga's alone. They got nobody but some crusty ass motherfucking sheets. Sheets so crusty you can make a taco with them motherfuckers. Just all night. Worse than Mr. 82. I bet he got a big ass machine too.
Self-defense argument. Self-defense argument needs to be they brought a knife and were trying to kill me, so I shot them. And here are the scars to show that they were trying to kill me. So this isn't going to work out great for Karmelo Anthony. He's going to be found guilty.
Look at this bitch. Shut the fuck up.
The racially charged protests are just proving exactly the corruption and rot in certain communities in our nation. Black, urbanite, ghettoized communities that worship violence and respond violently to the slightest instigation. It's Very, very bad. Really bad. Well, the only good cracker is a dead cracker, is what's being chanted outside.
Only good cracker is a dead.
I missed that. That nigga out the chain, man. I'm telling you what's finna happen. You out there saying that shit to them white boys. They got your tag number. If it ain't them, you want all this attention, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you live Wayland, Katy, Texas. It don't matter. You still in the state of Texas. They gonna call their friends. They're gonna call their friends. This man life in danger. You sitting up here on the news and going viral saying some shit like this.
If you were a white guy saying the opposite, then that would be the #1 leading news story in the world. But because it's somebody who's black saying it at a bunch of white people, then barely even registers. Something horribly wrong. We really, really, really need to focus on the black violence issue in this country for the sake of black people, who are by orders of magnitude the most violent race in the country. Violent race in the world, right?
I'm gonna tell you.
American
I'm
blacks.
gonna tell you why I'm laughing, because he's sitting at home at his computer talking his shit, and this is why Charlie Kirk died. Like, I'm not wishing it on you. It's just like, just imagine every day you turn on your TV, see a white man that look like they're just saying some fucked up shit, how dangerous black people is, and they just get shot in the fucking neck by somebody white, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie, bitch. When I seen that shit, I was like, wait, am I high? I was like, that cannot possibly happen. I thought I was fucking shit in an alternative universe when they shot Charlie Kirk. And initially I chuckled a little bit, not because he's white, but because like I was just so floored and taken aback. Y'all know how like you see some of the most dangerous shit, almost narco type of content, and it make you laugh and you feel so bad for laughing. You gotta make sure they okay. That's the type of shit that happened with Charlie Kirk. I laughed and I was like, wait, that man is really fucked up and really dead. I'm like, oh shit. I seen an old ass lady climb up on the little child pool and her ass fell backwards on her fucking neck. That shit was so funny. And it don't show the part. I just kept replaying it and I was like, what the fuck? You got a sick ass, dark ass, evil sense of humor if you laugh at some shit like that. But just imagine, like, I understand what I first of all, I take anger management class, so I would never be outside of the court doing shit like that. But like, this shit is like a circus show out there, motherfucker. Even online, like, I'm laughing at y'all. I can never take y'all talking about politics, race, none of this shit serious at all. Square ass motherfucker, you ain't never gonna leave your office.
By average, and there's tons of data to back that up. And their victims are very often black. And so solving that problem would be the best thing you could possibly do for black people. And you won't end up in situations like Karmelo Anthony.
Oh.
He won't be facing the death penalty because of a Supreme Court case that said that if you're under 18 at the time of a crime, you...
Dumbass, you just come here to be racist and put some shit in ChatGPT. Oh, if you're racist, that's how you really ain't got no fucking rhetoric to talk at all. At all. Because first of all, you talking about a court case with shit that you done tweeted out. You're not there. Nobody said a witness said this. You're just making conclusions. Fucking weird ass motherfucker. And Joe Rogan
can't face the death
out.
penalty. So Texas, based on federal law, can't execute him. They can put him in prison for the rest of his life without parole.
I'm done listening to him. I thought it was the actual Joe Rogan, and it said it got 103 followers. Bitch, that's his burner account because he want to be Joe Rogan. Crust ass, sheets having ass motherfucker. Kay said, I'm not going to, this is what they trying to say that Austin said. I'm not going to fight you at a track meet, dude. But they ain't seen none of the video footage, all they statements and shit all that shit is gonna be is contradicted, bro. Making white people look bad going in the court line under oath. So I'll slap the shit out that nigga that said, oh, I'm not gonna send a brother to prison when these white folks in there comfortably lying under oath, motherfucker. They took the real oath before this case even started, if you know what I mean. Yes, indeed. This person is outside the court. He might have quiet today. Let me see what he done posted. He ain't been posting up today. You liking my videos, but you ain't giving no goddamn content. Picking at this nigga over here blowing his horn. What the fuck is this gonna do? I mean, I'm the real GOAT, but even I ain't even finna go outside of my motherfucking shit with no motherfucking goat horn and shit blowing it like the fuck. Nigga said it's time for war. And by the shape of him, I bet you he don't even know how to shoot a gun. I bet you that nigga don't even know how to do a backflip. Out there blowing a horn. Get the fuck on. She Pain said, Jessica, I live in a more progressive part of the state, and the ones that I know are not. Texas is not a racist as people think. I've lived here my entire life. Sure enough, ain't. Shit. It ain't like that. The white women want biracial children these days, all that shit.
Head track coach testified that Austin Metcalf.
Wow, so I trust Queen Sheba Darling. And Sarah Fields retweeted and said she lied. Sarah Fields said, this is a lie. The coach didn't say this. Like, Sarah, are we going to have to get the court transcripts? Because you're now discrediting black media, the one black media person that I went to consistently. I ain't heard from her today. Maybe Gerald Jackson and got her part of his bullshit. He can't come in the courthouse, so she can't eat it. But Sarah saying she's lying. I'm like, what do you mean she's lying? Sarah, I was with this woman at other court hearings and we took the same notes and had the same information. This lady is reading notes from her page. You got selective hearing, Sarah. How can you call yourself a journalist when you're not reporting fairly and unbiasedly by saying that black media is overtly telling lies about what they're listening to and you're listening to the same shit? I believe Queen Sheba because I know her work ethic and I know she's not going to come out here and just lie.
Head track coach testified that Austin Metcalf was not supposed to be at that track meet and that he had kicked Austin Metcalf off the track team because the previous track meet, he became upset with Austin and Hunter because they left the track meet early to go fishing. And as a result, he kicked Austin off the track team. His exact words, I didn't need him there. He said Austin had a crappy, this were his words, he had a crappy throwing season.
Yeah.
I didn't need him there.
Of course, like, here's the thing. And you can tell he had a crappy season. Watch this. Austin Metcalf. Now they'll show you these pictures of them when they was younger and all this shit. Like Karmelo, this is how Karmelo look right now. They're trying to show you pictures of Austin when he was like similar to the same size as Karmelo and all this shit. This boy put on so much weight, him and his brother. Like, go to his brother Facebook page. Like, these niggas is big. Oh man, who died? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me put this over here. Texas is a little too red for me, but I'm glad you like it there. Oh man. That's my homie's brother. I'll take care of that. But listen, you look at Hunter Metcalf. These boys are big. Like, fat now, big. And he was even fatter in his high school, like last year. These are not small boys. This boy has a grown ass 35-year-old man body. And it don't look like he go to the gym. Him and his brother stopped going to the gym. So, you know, and you can't, let me see, Austin Metcalf, because I'm tired of this picture of him that looked like he in 10th grade. Yeah, these boys are big. And ain't neither one of them had no girlfriend. That's crazy. Neither one of them was that nigga, that jock. And y'all twins? Come on, man. Look, this is a big boy. This is Hunter graduating. And
Hunter Metcalf.
So his claim to fame is his brother's name. He lost his brother, but they some big boys. And then if you look at the mama, like shit, I'm from the hood. Look like the mama creep out to get her some motherfucking dope, crystal meth or some shit, you know. Dead ass, the mama look like the type. But I'm sick of them sitting up there trying to act like Austin was just this Christian. You ain't got no pictures of them going to church, no church outfits. They hunted. Like I'm sick of them sitting here acting like, and we don't supposed to talk bad of the deceased. I think that's playing a big role in these kids' testimony and shit and how they're shaping him. When we know he just like Nate from New Euphoria. They always end up having the most tragic fucking deaths that you like, damn, this shit like a phenomenon. A nigga just stood up and boop at a track meet.
And I kicked him off the team. Under oath. Austin Metcalf, according to his own coach, was not supposed to be there. He was kicked off the team. His words was, I didn't need him there. But he allowed him to come and help out because Austin Metcalf wanted to prove himself.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good excuse. And rather he told him to stay or not, and then he came because he wanted to prove himself. That kind of like balanced it out. It just showed a coach-athlete relationship. I mean, so for her to just go and say that, we got some action. For Sarah Fields to just say that Queen Sheba was lying when she didn't even say anything negative or positive. Like, are we supposed to believe that he was this top athlete that would have went off to a D1 school? Look at his brother. Look like his brother looked gay, by the way. And that's probably why they mad because Austin gone, because he probably was the one that had some kids. I don't fucking know. Neither one of them may have no girlfriend, no bitches crying about them. They won the prom king, none of that. Even after his brother lost his life, he still won the prom king. So they want them boys in school, nigga. Let's go to the yearbook. That'll tell you everything if they was them boys. Nigga, that's fucked up. You just that one classmate who lost a brother, a twin brother, and you gonna be fucked up for a long time, nigga. Like, he gonna need all the help he need. But I do think he's gay. That's why his family kind of like, you know, I know in the back of his mind, he gonna be like, damn. He feel like he is somebody that everybody wish was his brother. Like, he gonna get mad and be like, they don't like me. I know y'all wish that Austin was here instead of me. And then on top of that, they say he started it, so I know he feeling it. He gonna be fucked up his whole life. He gonna be just like his mama, end up doing some crystal, some shit like that, and the white community gonna call him their version of Rodney King at this time and age, okay? Let's listen to some ranting outside of the Karmelo Anthony trial.
You're okay.
Nobody ate your crime.
No. Your president ate
What the fuck
children.
is your
It's
crime? We
literally
are all one. What
in-
color is your
in-
blood?
in
What
the
color is your
fucking
blood?
book.
It's red,
It's in
right?
the Epstein-
Like, what does Karmelo Anthony try have to do with some blood in your president? Like, and this lady got a whole nother agenda. Man, what I tell y'all hoes about coming outside with these motherfucking shower caps on and fucking slides. If a bitch ain't got a slide or bonnet on, they got on some kind of RN outfit in front of these people courthouse.
You're okay.
Look at her.
No. Your president
What
ate
the fuck
children.
is your
It's
kind? We
literally
are all one. What
in-
color is your
in-
blood?
in-
What
in-
color is your blood? It's red,
It's in
right?
the Epstein files.
No. I
Then
don't
y'all don't
give a
wanna
fuck.
speak
Your
about it.
blood is red like.
Let's imagine you never been around no niggas in your life and they come out acting like this. Like dead ass. Like just, I told you guys, I never knew what white people felt to be, you know, amongst people that they don't understand until I went to Argentina. Ain't no black people there, bitch. I was scared for my life the whole time. Motherfucker, I thought the whole world was coming into it in. And then I ain't even tell y'all how I didn't tell y'all what the fuck happened at the airport. Man, them crackers, they so racist in Argentina, they wanted me to stay there like a bud blap until I got unalive. They lied to me telling me my flight was canceled and that flight left. Didn't even want to get me on the plane. I had to go to a whole nother airport and buy another ticket, bitch. They'll rape your pockets. Even try to get you with locks and stuff, man. Them people are racist in Argentina, and the longer you stay, the more in danger you are. So if I'm white and I grew up in this affluent neighborhood with no black people or just one black person, and you know, everybody ain't the same, and I meet some people that just like, you know, like, bitch, you think I'm finna go to Hollywood talking with my country act? No. Unless, you know, they trust me and everything is good and they call me a comedian. But no, you gotta get it. Like, I'm not telling them to get in where they fit in and shit like that. It's just, it looks very fucking frightening to white people. I understand you. I understand what you're saying, and I understand how passionate you are to make a point, but they don't see it the same way, babe. So
What color is your blood? What color is your blood? It's red, right? No.
Then y'all don't want to speak
your
about.
Your blood is red like mine.
You feel me? The Epstein files, the thing y'all don't want to speak about.
I don't give a fuck.
The
We're not in
Epstein
your
files,
race, so
the
that
thing
backup
y'all
shit
don't want to
don't
speak
work.
about.
We're not in your
The
motherfucking
Epstein
way.
files, the thing you don't want to speak about.
Ain't nobody in
The
your fucking
Epstein
way.
files, the thing you
why are we talking about Epstein files? Sir, you're there for a self-defense case. At least stick to self-defense laws. And the other boy on the other side of Texas did the same thing at an actual school, not a track meet, but an actual school, and just got convicted of a lesser crime and only serving 2 years. Like, your mind need to be focused on that. These people, Epstein and this, and what color's your blood? Like, what the fuck are next they're gonna talk about? Are they gonna be talking about adrenochrome next? Or what the fuck? Where is this? This has nothing to do with Karmelo, the First Amendment, or anything. It's just like, y'all ain't got shit else to do, nigga. It's Saturday. Go fuck some bitch, nigga. Get up out of there with a Pokemon cell phone. You hoe ass
want to
nigga.
speak about the Epstein files, the thing you don't want to speak about.
We are one, and
The
you can't get
Epstein
the
files,
shit
the
through
thing
your
you don't want to
fucking
speak
head.
about. Let's talk
You
about
can't get it through your head that we are one.
Let's talk about the fact
We are
that for
fucking
400
one.
years, y'all have
Listen, girl, we are one. You going to tell that to a white person with, I bet you can't even tell that to a nigga you want to fuck on.
We are one.
We are one. With that, no communication gaps, babe. You got to learn how to just play the game. You understand what I'm saying? Don't invite them to the barbecue because you know they just not going to get it. Play the fucking game. Outside these people, courthouse talking like this. The fuck? Wonder why they canceling all the black shows and shit in Hollywood. Man, it's finna be a Boondocks episode out there, bitch.
What are you talking about? Why would I
There
listen
is
to
no
you?
separation.
Why would I listen to your voice?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I'm not trying to have a conversation with you. You got a camera in your face.
Yeah, we gotta live with
Y'all, I walked over here, y'all had cameras up.
Oh my goodness. This person. Now I gotta write a dissertation. I see. I'm friends with these white people, so I gotta let them know. So sorry. Understand how white folks feel because I felt the same way when I was in Argentina. Completely out of my element. where there was no black people. No, how should I say this? I'm not gonna say it like this. Hold on. I'm definitely not gonna say it like that. Like, who's laughing? I just need to educate. See, it take niggas like me. Okay, these white folks scared. They pushing there. This shit finna go viral. TMZ gonna pick it up. Let my comment and my black voice. I'll be that nigga that just can't stand to see a black man go to prison for the rest of his life underneath y'all post. You know, sorry, I don't like y'all watching me like type a lot because sometimes I don't be spelling shit correct. Sometimes I erase, delete, change ideas. It's too invasive. Anyways, okay. So yeah, this is my activism since I can't be there. I gotta save niggas and the impression of niggas outside the court, you know. Okay. Look, I already 1.7K. Uh-oh.
Are these students that were under the tent, they saw the stabbing.
Wait. Nah, Karmelo Anthony's legal defense in the Austin MetCalf murder just got obliterated inside the courtroom. Repeated witnesses came to the state and destroyed the thug's self-defense lies. Oh.
The center of the prosecution's case right now are these students that were under the tent. They saw the stabbing and the moments leading up to it. More than 10 of these students and teammates testified in court yesterday and today. Now, many told jurors that they thought it was unusual that Karmelo Anthony, who went to a different school, was under their team's tent. The defense said that Anthony was sheltering from the rain and recognized someone there. Students testified that Austin MetCalf repeatedly asked Anthony to leave. Several recalled Anthony responding, "Touch me and find out." Now, jurors also heard that MetCalf made the first physical contact, but witnesses described it as minor. One called it a soft touch, another described it as a little push. They testified that moments later, Anthony pulled out a 5-inch folding knife from—
That's not what Austin looked like. No, this is what Austin looked like probably in the 9th or 10th grade.
his backpack and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. The defense argues Anthony acted out of self-defense and fear. Now, one of the key witnesses today was a 17-year-old teammate of Metcalf's who was under the tent. He testified that Metcalf tried to avoid a fight, telling Anthony, quote, "Dude, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet." Now, jurors also heard from an 18-year-old witness today. This is important testimony because he knew both Anthony and Metcalf, and he was the student who Anthony was apparently saying hi to. He testified when Austin asked him to leave, quote, "Karmelo said, 'You'll have to move me.' Austin put his hand on his back. I saw Karmelo's hand go in the backpack. We're at a track meet. I wouldn't expect anything to be in there," Karmelo said. "Touch me, you'll have to move me," and find out, trying to provoke him. Then what happens, the prosecutor asked. He said Austin puts his hand on him and falls back. How was Austin trying to move him, the prosecutor asked. He responded it was him trying to move him off his seat, a soft shove. The prosecutor then said, "What did Austin do?" The witness replied, "I see the hole in his chest and blood." He starts screaming for help. Now, the state's last witness was a medical examiner. The prosecution showed 4 pictures of Metcalf. His family stepped outside the courtroom so that they didn't have to see that. Meanwhile, if convicted of murder, Anthony faces up to life behind bars. Tommy.
Brooke Taylor, thank you so much.
I'm still ready for the defense side of things. I'm about to call homie back. University of Arkansas. Oh shit. Let me call old boy. He got the low. But we still gonna pack him up. Believe that, he still gonna get packed the fuck up. He got the low, so we ain't even gotta wait for it. Yeah, they probably outside the court acting a fool right now.
Hello.
Hey, what's the lick read?
Hey, what's up with you?
Chilling. What's the lick read out there? They still in court?
No, they actually just had a recess. Everybody's coming out. They adjourned for the day. The prosecution actually had their last witness. Actually, they stopped because that witness got rebutted. They said they didn't know Karmelo. The defense came up and actually showed them a picture of them at a Halloween party and other stuff. And so the prosecution rested. The defense asked for the case to be dismissed, and the judge denied it. So the defense started their case. They had a witness up, and that witness came up, started telling them what happened that day, which is actually closer to what we said we saw in the video. And so at that point in time, they got through. They passed the witness, and the prosecution asked for a recess. They went out and did whatever they did. Then the judge asked to see everybody in chambers, and then after that, they adjourned for the day. And we've seen the Metcalf family leave, so everybody's going.
Yeah, they called everybody in chambers to threaten that lawyer. That lawyer that Karmelo has is not the original lawyer, right?
No, Mike Howard is not. Toby Shook is not. So they're like third tier. He had a court-appointed attorney at first, and then they had another attorney, a black man, a black lady, and then they fired them and they hired Mike Howard because he was actually recommended to them. And so they hired him, and then they added Toby Shook later on.
So let me get this straight. The state called their last witness another student who pretty much went up there with the same script as the other students, and then they asked him if he knew Karmelo, and he said no. And then they showed a picture calling him out.
Correct. They rebutted him. He basically had a problem with that moment when they rebutted him.
Was it a
yes? All right.
He was a black boy.
I believe so. Yes, I think it was EP, if I remember right.
Niggas
I think
always
it was EP.
ready to throw each other under the bus.
Yeah, so it's the one that everybody's always been talking about for the last year to change. And so at that moment, now he got rebutted. They didn't even call the rest of their witnesses. They just rested. And once they rested, now the defense came up. Their first witness is basically telling them exactly what we've said that we saw on the video at Frisco ISD. And then they had whatever they had. So we need to figure out what that is. Some people are saying that person had a panic attack. Others don't know. So we're going to find out from people that was in the courtroom, so we'll know.
Who had a panic attack?
The witness that was on the stand for the defense.
Was it a black boy, a white person?
Whoever it is, we don't know yet, but we know they're young because they identified them by their age. When they're young like that, they usually just identify by age.
Right. So I feel like there's a lot of coercion going on. This witness that's for the defense probably was supposed to adopt the same story as the state witnesses. And
they did not.
And they're unraveling everything that the state did and worked for. And when the judge called them in chamber, I want to see how far involved is Mike Howard with this judge, because it seems like everybody there has a third-degree relationship. I'm even assuming the people.
Yeah, because I think that this witness that they call may have been one of those witnesses that the state did not call. So I think they're opening up with the people that they once they rebutted the one that was last. I think they cut their case off, and the defense said, "Okay, you're not going to let us talk to that person. He or she gonna be the first one we call." And they called that person, and that person was nervous because they had to tell the truth. And their mama, daddy probably told them, "Whatever you do, tell the truth." And they went up there and told it, and I guess it got to them because it can. It's an overburdening moment. I've been in courts on both sides, me being myself there, and I've been there with other people helping folks and also family. So I know how that moment is, and it can be an overwhelming thing, especially for a kid.
And especially if you're gonna get ostracized, whoever that witness is, that the black people out there need to, well, that would be witness intimidation, but that's what we need to focus on. Y'all out there in the court, we need to rally behind these micro wins and these micro ideologies about this witness, and point out how the other witnesses they could have been coerced. I should have been there. The fuck?
Yeah. And so, okay, they got a van that just came back. How did they come back that quick?
Who just came back?
It's both vans. Hey, both vans just came back.
So both parties about to go back into court to testify some more.
No, there's some white vans that been escorted by the police. And then maybe the jurors. They may have took the jururs away.
Yeah,
that's who that was. My bad. That's the jurors. They just took the jurors away. Yeah. No, I just have to think about it for a second. Yeah, the jurors just went, so we haven't seen the families yet. I think that individual was one of the people on the list for the prosecution that they decided they weren't going to call, because there was probably about another 12 witnesses that they cut off on once they rebutted that witness, and I think the defense is picking up on their list and saying, okay, now you're looking at us. What did you see? And I think that's why that kid had a panic attack, because they had to tell the truth, and they know there's everything different than when people tell them, because they've been tampered with already. There's allegedly the MetCalfs had threw an actual party for all these kids that were witnesses at all these schools, except for the people at Centennial, because they took all those students on the bus back. They ain't even witnessed. They didn't even interview them. And so,
they trying to act like nobody from Centennial High, Karmelo Anthony School, seen what happened. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they saying, because they told them they were going to talk to them. They said, y'all go to the bus, all Centennial students, and we'll talk to you over there. And next thing you know, they said the bus was moving, going back to the school. And they said, well, we'll talk to y'all at the school. And so just go back to the school. When they went to school, they were actually just told to go home. And so nobody talked to them. So the defense actually gave a witness list to the state when they came on. So that's one of the first things Michael Howard did when that moment he came on. He actually went and found all these people, and he took a list to the prosecution, like, hey, you left some witnesses off. and they still didn't put none of those kids on the witness list. So so they have a witness list of their own, and I'm pretty sure they're picking up where the prosecution left off. And so that's what that moment is. So so that's kind of where we at.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Whew. So who introduced the actual photo of Carmelo's marks around his eyes, and who introduced that mugshot, that picture?
I believe that might have been Michael Howard or Toby Shook in the courtroom. As far as finding that actual mugshot, it was always circulated by Collin County and the Frisco PD. What Fox News did is they just basically made the fake one, and that's the one everybody ran with because they got it from Fox News.
Right.
And the same thing with the arrest report. When the arrest report came out, Frisco ISD hadn't even put out a public statement yet of the police report. And so if someone has the police report that's in black and white, that's the one that Fox News put out that they got from the actual courthouse. That's not from Frisco PD. The one from Frisco PD is in color, and you can see that it's actually redacted the correct way. And I know that because I did a FOIA request from both, and they told me that their redactions are like the one that's in color. They don't do the marker redaction. So that came directly from the court. So that means Fox News got that from somebody in the court. And when I did a FOIA request to get it, they actually told me that they have to go and talk to the AG's office to get it. And then he said we couldn't get it yet because I'm waiting for their emails to see who did it and who gave it to them. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's where we are.
So everybody is done for today. The witness came up, had a panic attack for telling the truth, which was similar to what you
allegedly, because we don't know. That's what we heard, so we don't know that part. So that's allegedly. But we do know that the prosecution called recess or asked for one. They went and did whatever. They asked the judge. The judge told him call everybody to the chambers, and then he came back and adjourned for the day.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty much it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then all right, I appreciate you, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, you wanted to add? Do you know how many witnesses does the defense have scheduled to appear?
Not yet. I'm gonna try to find out, but I don't know yet.
Okay, for sure. And you're certain, you're 100% certain that they got the same video that you were able to see at Frisco, and was this like a general public viewing of this actual close-up video that's clear?
You had to actually put a FOIA request in or PIR so you can go see it, and then they sent you a schedule to schedule it. Then you come in, and once you've seen it, they tell you that, hey, this fulfills your request, and you go from there. But there is angles of it because they actually said it themselves, and then we know that there are. So they have actually unedited film of the incident, and the defense has it all. The prosecution chose not to show any parts of the actual footage. They just were showing different parts and edited parts and forensic moments they did. Right. But they didn't, usually the prosecution would show you the whole video.
The whole video.
And they would bore you. They would bore you with all that film. Yeah. But they didn't. They just did zoom ins and lens view and all that stuff on it. And they never ever showed the entire thing. So that should tell you enough right there.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah, that is, and they do it to a lot of us, which is so crazy.
Yeah, they do. But all right, let me get off here because I start packing up.
All right.
So when the family come by, we can try to talk to them or try to wave and say hi.
Are you going to be at the courthouse this coming Monday?
Yes, I'll be there. We're going to make sure that they're not going to have court tomorrow. And then if not, then I'll be here Monday morning.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna call you to get the drop, and if you ever need a ear outside of all the chaos to make sense of things, I'm the guy to come to. So if you figure out anything over the weekend, just text it, send it to my phone.
Most definitely. I definitely will.
All right, for sure.
All right, take care.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Right. So I'm looking at some stuff that has gone viral. First and foremost, you know, so apparently, you know how I've been sitting here and I've been telling you guys that, you know, Nick at Night has been outside the court pushing an issue and going on her platform. She's not even focused on the case. She's focused on the mess and like inserting herself into all of the mess, you know, as far as what's happening outside the court and etc. And apparently it just seems like she has recently gone viral because Dennis Byron, who is not even there, has been tweeting and manipulating the waves and stuff, and they've come up with the plan to like pretty much have her to be like this victim. So Dennis Byron, in which we let me call my nigga let me call my nigga real quick. Dennis Byron done fucking went viral with over 109,000 impressions. Basically say, and mind you, he got me blocked. I'm finna show y'all because I'm calling this out. Tight pants, tight booty, gay as fuck, do anything to please and pander to a woman that you can tuck your ass up underneath just to say that you got women friends. To all the people in your life that's wondering why you ain't got no kids. Fuck ass, hoe ass nigga that played with me at the Diddy trial knowing I was finna get ready to push your shit back. All the way the fuck back. So he just tweeted out that, you know, he keep on tweeting breaking news. The state has rested their case against Bitch, you're not even there. You're not there at all. And breaking multiple sources tell me that journalist and YouTuber Nick at Night, who is covering the Karmelo Anthony trial, has raised concerns about alleged harassment and surveillance that she believes could interfere with her reporting. According to Nick, an individual identified as Sarah and an unidentified white male who she alleges was armed was observing her near her vehicle inside a parking garage, recording her vehicle. Nick has covered numerous high-profile cases across the country without incident and says this behavior is highly unusual and a tactic to intimidate. This is a lie, okay? I know these people. This is another dummy that wants to be a fucking reporter and go around this court to like dominate this. I'm a YouTuber that report on court news niches, but you really don't have no fucking intellect. Said it a long time ago. And so then they
audience
used,
of one, and you're
and then they used a clip of her being at the Diddy trial and being on the news to validate that she's somehow, got some credibility or some shit like that. I literally seen her going after this girl the same way she went after me, and she would throw you under the bus. And that's what they do. They will start beef and conflicts with these people and cry and play the victim, right? I literally seen Nick at Night picking and poking an issue saying, oh, I'm not going to go in the bathroom with her and yada, yada, yada. She did enough research on this case before she went to know who the key players was going to be there, who the other journalists was going to be there, who picked what side, what was this going to be about. And let me just position myself here and tell the general public that I'm the victim. She did the same thing to me, okay? Nika Knight is not a victim of nothing at all. This is all a grift. She's grifting the emotions of the people that are tuned in, specifically black people, black women. She's a black woman. Like she's outside. Oh, look at my outfit. And I don't know how to, and oh yeah, I'm walking over here and I'll tell you guys later. And like, bitch, like I know this person. She even played this game with me and she tried to paint this picture like her and I'm going tomorrow, bitch, I'm dragging you again. Like, this is what they do. in the name of making money and pandering and shit like that. So, like, people do this all the time, and if y'all want to buy into that, y'all can buy into that. But she deliberately went to that courthouse looking for the mess, and they wanted to demonize me. I'm outside the court. I'm getting all the interviews, celebrity engagement. I'm in the mess, and I'm reporting the news. Well, this is her way of creating mess and drama to pivot off of, and she's doing it in a way to where she's using Byron Dennis in her. I guess this is the benefit of being connected with all these losers, right? Because they get to pretend like they're involved and push these narratives online so that you can be the victim. And I was always wondering, I'm like, why is she going live in her videos? You're not even talking about the case. In the first seconds of your video, you're already amping people up to accept that there's some type of drama or beef going on and people are racist and stuff. And then you'll get to the case and it's just like, but she's a fucking liar and a manipulator. That's how she fucking moved. And she moved that way against me when her friend filed the fake ass restraining order, but they don't want to cover the case. I thought you cover cases, cover the documents too, cover everything that's happening. Bitch, I know what the fuck I'm doing. So she, Terrence Jarris, they're the same people that go around and cause problems. They're not there to cover the case for any law. They're there to figure out how to grift, how to build a platform, how to get more money, more information out of people, and how to start motherfucking problems, and how to stir the fucking pot. She know that Sarah Fields is somebody been covering this case. She's a legitimate, credited journalist, unlike her pseudo-journalism at this fucking case. And she's going there and picking at this woman and claiming that this woman is picking at her because she has a history and a reputation of black people saying that she fucked with them. So I see a play all fucking day, and I'm not even gonna sit here and do this shit. Not to a snagger-tooth ass, nasty ass bitch that'll take the draws she done had on all day and repackage them bitches and sell it at Nick at Night Quill. No, she's not a victim. This is a gay, you know, content tourist. Yes, bitch. Yeah, y'all thought y'all were going, y'all want to block me out of a case? Okay, cool. And I can, mind you, I can go any case I want to. It don't even matter who's there. Bitch, take that. All y'all bitches can give me 10 feet, matter of fact. So I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't need these people. She don't know what she's doing. She don't have no credibility. She has been preparing her audience to accept some type of victimization storyline and saying she needs help and money and stuff and all this other shit. She's just going there trying to milk it, trying to, like, bitch, you're a fucking e-beggar at this fucking point. And I'm pushing the counter narrative. So I went and commented right there, bitch, I'm getting my lick back. How you decided to go over there and team up with Mr. Big Gums. Bitch, I bet you I get my lick back. I bet you I let these people know exactly who you are. And matter of fact, I'm inviting them on my platforms to drag you niggas for playing with me. How about that one? Okay, because I'm telling the truth and I actually know about the case. And I'm telling the truth about your drama. I'm not there to cause any drama. So I want the people to know exactly how you're still there causing chaos and confusion. Break in. The Karmelo Anthony trial sideshow continues. At what point do we stop calling these so-called journalists and start calling them what they really are? Content tourists. Now we're getting allegations of park garage drama, recording surveillance claims, intimidation claims, and enough chaos to fill an entire reality TV season. The wild part, some of the loudest personalities attached to this high-profile trial seem to spend more time becoming the story than reporting the story. Courtrooms are supposed to be about evidence, testimony, and legal arguments, not influencer beef, parking garage, theatrics, and social media clout wars. If your coverage can't survive without daily drama, public feuds, and controversy, maybe the problem isn't the trial. Maybe it's the coverage. The Karmelo Anthony case is serious. The internet circus surrounding it becomes its own spectacle. Who's reporting the news and who's manufacturing content, girl? You thought I wasn't going to eat? Bitch, I'm going to eat right here. And I can't wait till Monday to call the court about Gerald Jackson. I love this. Let's see if there's any more updates. I want to see who's going to report on that one witness having a, attack or whatever, since this definitely changed everything. Definitely. Are they not live yet? Okay, this one, oh, she's supposed to be live right now. Okay. Are we gonna wait for her? All right. Yeah, I'm going out and I'm going to be out partying until 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. That's why I'm giving y'all these long videos and just chilling, just at home. Let me write these. But anyway, some of the talking points that I said in this video, like Nick at Night Quill, most importantly, we definitely gonna get on her. Okay, we definitely gonna gag and drag her. Definitely. Tomorrow. Brander. Look at what Document Diva said. Look at what Document people are tired of Nick at Night shit. Are there any attorneys covering the Karmelo Anthony trial? These live updates from fellow journalists are collapsing testimony for witnesses and it's frustrating. They ain't telling us about any sidebars, Exactly. Exactly. Damn, I could have totally took this case to a whole nother level. But there's gonna be other opportunities. And guess what? I was supposed to sit out on this one. I was supposed to sit out on this one to let them do their own shit. Cause see, if it ain't Sarah, it would have been denied with Nick at Night Quill. I guess she brung her uncle them there to beat me up when they big in them motherfucking refrigerators with peanut butter legs.
Both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business. That don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I take a knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because
Yo, Karmelo has to get on the stand and testify on his own.
he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The daddy ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mothers don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just coming and getting the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker.
Somebody crazy. 21 witnesses all testified the exact same thing. Karmelo Anthony committing unaliving in cold blood. Yeah, but you know, it takes one to discount everybody else. Karmelo Anthony said his name, guilty. Yeah, somebody said, I think they need to start teaching impulse control in school. The response to basic events in life are all blown out of proportion to anything that is civil, mature, or responsible. I believe Karmelo Anthony will have many years to reflect on that. Damn, them white folks done gave him that time already. I wonder if Charleston White is going to show up to the court. Damn, this is fucked up. God, I gotta see something like this. I gotta block this nigga. He too racist. I don't never want to see no shit like that on my timeline. And that's what Jack Lang said too. So he got to get blocked too. Karmelo Anthony unalive Austin MetCalf. Karmelo and should be locked up for life at the very minimum. So they're still pushing this narrative. Got this picture up here. Karmelo get on the stand. They're gonna show this picture and ask him about this picture to paint him as a certain character.
There are some explosive details being reviewed in this Karmelo Anthony case. First things first, I was able to get into the courtroom. Second thing is, what we were able to find out today is that Karmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, is it okay if I sit here? And even made small talk with the kid next to him about the weather, using the words, crazy weather, huh? To which the kid responded, yeah, it is. Not only that, we found out that Eddie, Karmelo's friend, when he realized that Karmelo was in the tent, actually switched seats with another kid so that he and Karmelo could be seated next to each other and talk. It was also revealed on cross-examination that Karmelo Anthony and Eddie, although may not be best friends, but had a really close relationship because Karmelo Anthony's girlfriend, her parents and Eddie's parents are really good friends, and Eddie has tagged along with Karmelo and his girlfriend when they were out on dates. When asked,
Come on. That's not my shit, is it? No. The fuck? Ladies. Okay, Queen Sheba Darling, she if she posted that here, she posted it on YouTube as well. Here's her page.
all right, y'all, welcome back. Listen, there are some explosive details being reviewed in this Karmelo Anthony case. First things first, I was able to get into the courtroom. Second thing is, what we were able to find out today is that Karmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, is it okay if I sit here? And even made small talk with the kid next to him about the weather, using the words, crazy weather, huh? To which the kid responded, yeah, it is. Not only that, we found out that Eddie, Karmelo's friend, when he realized that Karmelo was in the tent, actually switched seats with another kid so that he and Karmelo could be seated next to each other and talk. It was also revealed on cross-examination that Karmelo Anthony and Eddie, although may not be best friends, but had a really close relationship because Karmelo Anthony's girlfriend, her parents and Eddie's parents are really good friends, and Eddie has tagged along with Karmelo and his girlfriend when they were out on dates. When asked on cross-examination by a close friend of Austin Metcalf, who's responsible for the stabbing, he replied, "I don't know." Today, it was also revealed by questioning from the state when they brought their witnesses to the stand that at least 5 or more boys were going at it with Karmelo Anthony underneath that tent. Guess what they were talking about before things escalated? They were having a back and forth banter on football. It's being alleged that Karmelo Anthony told the boys that they sucked. And if you go back to day one, Coach Starr testified that he told Austin he had a crappy year. Right. He played like crap that year. I'm telling you something. Things are starting to come together. Things are starting to come together. I am going to be live tonight on my YouTube, Queen Sheba. I'm going to be live tonight to give you intricate details. Please turn on those notifications.
I definitely trust her. That's why what, this girl ain't going live? What, you can't, your racist friend? The video has been removed by the uploader. Your racist friends don't want to interview with you outside the court since these details done turned? Oh, you thought that was your friend? You thought they were feeling you? No, they just seen you and use you to build the narrative that they wanted to come out there. That's what they do. Then when they get caught up, they duck and dodge. They act like they ain't never knew you. There was a toxicology done on Austin. Was he on drugs? But yeah, that shit with Nika Knight and them, that's a distraction. That's what I love about Queen Sheba. She ain't even dumb enough to let that bullshit ass. I knew it. Great coverage. And please stay out the mess. I see me in their mistakes. Okay, so a matter of fact, I'm finna even reshare this on my wall, okay? Oh, Charleston White responded to my tweet. Let's see what Frontline Turning Point USA have to say about this. Still, they're not covering it today. There's no consistency with you covering this. Like, that's bullshit. Straight bullshit. And now, all of a sudden, the narrative is shifting. Oh, yeah, it's finna be a whole bunch of race wars on these social media apps and shit all weekend. If Karmelo Anthony gets off on unaliving a white kid in Texas because he is black, the real American people need to peacefully burn the streets down and cars in the streets, just like they did for the criminal George Floyd. Burn the streets and businesses peacefully. I decide, boy, this is gonna be crazy.
Schools Team 10. Witnesses also said that 17-year-old Austin Metcalf repeatedly asked Anthony, who he didn't know, to leave.
Look what they doing. The case over. You reporting this shit that Fox News said yesterday ago, 2 hours ago, and this ass wipe a minute ago. Any claim of self-defense for Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf unalive trial just blown up by witness testimony. 4 of the students that gave testimony were black. The prosecutor has rested his case. Get the fuck out of here. Ass wipe. Y'all, this probably has got to be the last case that I actually miss. And I'm not even gonna be I'm gonna be real with y'all. I thought it was gonna be on TV. By the time I figured out it was not gonna be on TV, I was just done. Let's see what Sarah Field is saying. I'm finna how long we been here? Cause get my shit together. And we're here long enough to keep on, greasing up that room. So glad you're covering this case tonight. Thank you, Paulina. I greatly appreciate you. Yes, indeed. I feel like I'm doing a better job than them. Staying out of the drama and just focus on the case and focus on what we see. I have no other choice but to do that. But Miss Nika at NyQuil, now Sarah Fields has victimized her. Look. And now Sarah playing the victim. You think you're going to be a bigger victim than a white woman? So Nika at Night says she's a victim of Sarah. Sarah just said they're trying to get me killed. On lunch, I have a lot to update everyone on. Not sure how long being in court. Damn. This girl, she can't hold a conversation by herself. She was good at getting them white folks to answer her questions, but they don't want to talk to you today, baby. They said them tables do turn. I get why some people watching from the outside. Okay. Oh, this is what I said to diffuse them niggas out there acting like hyenas. It's the best that I could do. Thank you, Neek. Let me see what Sippy Cup, since we follow each other. I'm gonna see if I can get Sippy Cup on my platform tomorrow, because we got a little cool relationship where we like and share each other's stuff. And this one out there, he be out there. I don't even know if this is a man or woman. It's just 90% disabled vet, J6er. Oh, so he's a J6er. But he's behind the camera. He ain't like Jack, that other motherfucker, that Jewish dude with that long dick ass nose he got. Voodoo lady again. She down with the Hebrew Israelites over there at Biblical Smoke.
You better cast it out.
Next to me. Come on, man.
Cast it.
Baby, give me a hug because I
all that
you.
pain. Because racism holds a heavyweight. Heavy.
Y'all gotta stop this shit, bitch. You and Karmelo is two different people. This is undiagnosed, untreated, unmedicated mental illness.
Next to me. Come on, man.
Cast it.
Baby, give me a hug because I
all that
you.
pain. Because racism holds a heavyweight. Heavy. No, I'm not done.
What?
I'm not done. Because ain't nobody gonna stop me. Not on one stop. You better stand with Austin. Because if he falls, if he falls,
I'm crying.
If he falls,
you ain't gonna die by it.
Even deeper into hell. Because y'all want to keep sacrificing that baby. I promise you, I'm gonna wake them all. And I'm gonna make y'all respect. And I'm gonna make you clean.
Man, them crackers is not stun you. That nigga that you cook and clean for won't do none of that shit you asking them to do. So why should they care?
You better cast it out.
Next to me. Come on, man.
Cast it.
Baby, give me a hug because I
all that pain. Because racism holds a heavyweight. Heavy. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Because ain't nobody gonna stop me. Not on one stop. You better stand with Austin. Because if he falls, if he falls,
I'm crying.
If he falls even deeper into hell, because y'all want to keep sacrificing that baby. I promise you, I'm gonna wake them all. And I'm gonna make y'all respect. And I'm gonna make you clean. You better cast your weight. Cast it. Because baby wanna cast it, but she don't know what I'm talking about. Cast your shit. They don't. You better cast it out. Come on, man. Cast it. Baby, give me a hug because I love all that pain. Because racism holds a heavyweight. Heavy. No.
Y'all don't do this shit in the black day. Don't be coming out here performing in front of you cracker. You know you'll get your ass shot up. You do this in the hood. And you know you don't care about this person, and the only time your family have a reunion is when somebody is dead or going to jail. Now y'all using Karmelo Anthony to get y'all shit off, I see.
You better cast it out.
Next to me.
Come on, man. Cast it. Baby, give me a hug because I love all that pain. Racism holds a heavyweight.
Well, somebody, hey, quit. Hey, you better set all that motherfucking fuss up. I know one thing.
I'm not done. Because ain't nobody gonna stop me. Not on one stop.
Hey, shut the fuck up about that bitch if I beat your motherfucking ass. She quiet as a church bell.
If he falls, I'm crying. If he falls even deeper into hell. Because y'all want to keep sacrificing that baby. I promise you, I'm gonna wake them all. And I'm gonna make y'all respect. And I'm gonna make you clean, you know.
Hey, they zooming in on her ass.
Cast it. Because baby wanna cast it, but she don't know what I'm talking about. Cast your shit. They don't.
Why they let this crazy bitch go uptown to the cracker courthouse? That's what I be asking. You know how you got the people in the neighborhood that, okay, yeah, we know she probably hit some bad dope. Her mama sold her off to everybody in the neighborhood to smoke some dope. Yeah, it looked like she was born, you know, in the 80s. Crack baby vibes. Why the hell y'all let this crazy lady come up there? You ain't even supposed to know the directions. We leave them in the hood like we leave the slow kids in the back of the house. Leave them in the back of the house where they can bang and make all the motherfucking noise that they want without a motherfucking head up. Made in the back of the house. Turn the music up on the game of spades and they act like you don't never exist. This is embarrassing. And them white folks ain't flinched at all. Yeah, that man looking for a reason to just slide your fuck ass out there talking all that. Like, damn, I'm talking like, it can't be righteous anger. Honestly, because it's so y'all wouldn't be broke because ain't there one no got no motherfucking jobs or no business out there to them cracker courthouse acting a fucking fool. I'm good with all of that. Damn, I'm trying to see if somebody gonna go live, but should we just wait until tomorrow? Cause when I'm good and hype again and energized, cause I'm gonna drag Nick at Night Quill, Stank Bussy Gerald, tight pants wearing ass Dennis. I'm definitely gonna be dragging them. And it's gonna be Saturday. Where the white folks, Sunday, where the white folks home, even the people on the jury, they home. You know, it's going to take me to, you know, let them know all black people ain't bad by dragging some of these characters, you know. Somebody said, but yeah, she hit some of that Fetty Wap weed. And then on top of that, I do want to tune into Queen Sheba Durham and give her props. I love her coverage of it. I absolutely do. I'm probably gonna do a Twitter space. But y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'ma see y'all later, alligator. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?